All right, bet. We are back live, back recording, back in the building, back with the boy, the guy to my left, co-host, co-creator, co-writer, co-owner.
Writers now?
Yeah, we be writing a lot. I put that on my resume that we are professional writers at this point. But we are back. The show about nothing, podcast about nothing, radio show about nothing. Welcome back to the Nothing ATL network. I realize I got to start incorporating that more into the intros because we are the Nothing ATL network. If you're watching this, once you're done, check out the Top Rope podcast, episode 9 out now. Them boys doing big. Listen, it's getting me into WWE a little bit.
Yeah.
So definitely happy to be back. Shout out Chris and Barry. And listen, y'all can be canceled. Stop saying that. But y'all talk to D-Rock, man. We are back, man.
Okay, I just pulled my mic out and I'm now performing like I'm Freddie Mercury. Shout out to Queen. I don't know what Chris been doing to these mics, but ever since he started coming over here, bro, they've been messing up. And I know it's him. Like, it can't be nobody else, bro.
That's so funny. That's what I'm saying, bro. So y'all gotta stop. As soon as I click the video, like, yeah, we can't be canceled. Slow down.
Bro, like you finna break the equipment. You gonna get fired. Fucking canceled.
Nigga get fined.
But what in the world, man? But anyways, I'm happy to be here. We gonna multitask, bro. That's how we professionals. But yeah, bro, I'm happy to be back. Episode 122, man. We walking out the books. Taylor was in here when I was writing on the board. She was like, 122 is crazy. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, shawty, it is. That's what you call some consistency. Okay? That's what you call consistency. Yeah. And greatness.
That's a fact.
This is the show about nothing on Nothing ATL, the network, right? We got a network,
it sounds
man.
So we need a jingle.
We absolutely need a jingle. Yeah. It's big business over here, man. Yeah. If you cannot tell, we got a lot to get to. I first want to start off by saluting everybody that has subscribed. We are 1 subscriber away from 1,800. And I'm pretty transparent as a podcaster, and I let people know, like, yo, you got to pay for promotion. If you want to get views on these apps that are getting billions and billions of dollars, like
it's no free rides.
Like, let's be honest, dog. How do you think they're getting this money? Yeah. How do you think that is happening? So, we've had to pay for subscriptions, and that not pay for subscriptions. I'm sorry, pay for advertisement, which leads to subscriptions, which leads to views, and it's just to get you more in the algorithm when you don't have a lot of followers. So that is how we've gotten a couple of the subscribers. But I can say these last like 400 or 500 that have come in have been all organic, which feels really good. I see the growth in every episode of me and Ish. You'll notice if you just go down the channel, we decided to change a little bit how we do the titles and everything. We like the Joe Budden style vague titles, but we realized like we're not Joe Budden yet.
Not there yet.
Not yet.
Not there.
So we gotta actually put what we talked about in the show, and that has helped a lot. And y'all have been clicking and watching. I've been watching the impression time. It's over 30, 40 minutes an episode, which is really good. So
shout out to y'all, man.
Thank y'all.
Shout out to Twins, man. Let's clap it up for the Twins.
Yes, sir.
Let's clap it up for the Twins, man. Yeah.
As my mic is broke, so give me 2 seconds. Y'all gonna see a bad cut because I'm fixing my mic.
Actually, listen, while you fix it, I do want to just throw this story in because we do have kind of a compressed show, but I did want to get this off. So I saw Mean Girls for the first time a couple days ago. Shout out Grayson. Shout out Grayson Nelson. We watched it at their crib. But I was, as a nigga who had never really seen Mean Girls start to finish, I had no clue it was actually just a funny movie. Like, I thought it was going to be like some... Yeah. Like, we watched The Devil Wears Prada after. I thought it was going to be some shit like that, like a chick flick. Like, working out like
Devil Wears Prada is a
classic. Super classic. But I was watching Mean Girls, and it's like burst out loud funny. And I was like, the shit you saying right here, you could never say in a movie today.
Dog.
You could never say in a movie today.
So in a week span last year, my girl made me watch Mean Girls and White Chicks. And I was like, oh, so these movies are good.
Yeah, thanks.
This movie, Mean Girls, is phenomenal.
Yeah, Mean Girls is hilarious, bro.
It is. Shout out to Lindsay Lohan, man.
One of the goats, bro.
What you talking about?
Brother.
Disney legend.
It's so funny because it's like you said, they're actually good movies.
Yeah.
Like when Shorty really kind of start to feel big for the first time, and she bumped into that girl, she like, get on my way, fat ass bitch. Like in real life, that would ruin the psychology of a woman. Like you've been slightly gaining weight for days, and somebody black on you like that.
And then that's the one with Amy Poehler as the mom, right?
Yeah.
Yes, bro.
Classic.
Comedy.
She's so
comedy, dog.
Yeah.
Like,
shout out Lindsay Lohan, man.
Shout out Lindsay Lohan. Shout out Amy Poehler. That's one of my goats. You know I love her, right? But I do want to shout out the Cookout, the spot. It got rained out, so we lost a couple thousand people. But it started not and. Y'all know we live in Atlanta, bro. So, and if you don't know about how Atlanta weather work, it is like a shawty that take a lot of pills. Shawty is bipolar, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Especially in the summer, bro.
Especially in the summer, dog. I want you to know it's rain on the forecast for the next 10 days. 6 of those days, it might not rain at all. And one of those days, it might rain harder than it's rained in 7 years.
It's literally raining right now.
Yes, out of nowhere. Yesterday, it was no rain on the forecast, and it poured down raining for 20 minutes. Yeah, it's the craziest place in the world.
Yeah.
So we at the Cookout, and it's like leading up to the 2 weeks, we looking at the weather, seeing if it's going to rain or not, and it's going away, it's coming back. At one point, it was going to rain all day. At one point, it wasn't going to rain at all. The day before the Cookout, it was supposed to rain at about 6 o'clock, and it was just supposed to be light showers, so nothing that was really going to bother anybody.
Facts.
Boy, so... Y'all know I'm on the grill team, head chef. If you want you to know, I gotten so pee with it, shawty. I don't even grill no more. I don't even grill no more. I'm just walking around, making sure everything's straight, helping Ash get his shit together. Like, go.
This is raw.
Nah, me and my boy TB cold with it, dog. We ain't even got a grill no more. We ain't touching no more. You know what I'm saying? We don't graduate. Nah, I'm playing.
Listen, the first couple years, nigga. Boy, I earned that shit for real.
Boy, but we looking at the weather and everything, and it's about time to serve food, so everybody started getting in line about 4:45. At 4:30, it's the most beautiful summer day you could ever ask for on June 7th. About 5 to 10 minutes later, it's like, that's a dark cloud. Within 7 seconds of me being like, it's kind of dark out here. Yeah. It started raining like it was about to flood Atlanta.
Yeah, no, that shit was crazy.
Like, people had to, it was like, for lack of a better term, it was like gunshots, and everybody just started scrambling. Yeah. Ah! Yes. So everybody went to the 3 pavilions, and then after that rain lasted probably about 15 minutes. Like, people under the pavilion just sitting there getting soaked, clothes getting ruined, all of that. Food getting washed out, all of that. So people ended up having to leave because it's a ruin. And, a large part of the Cookout is the people in the grass because there's only so much room on the concrete. So now it's soaking wet. But we still had a good time. But what I have to say, salute to the women, man.
Salute,
just Jesus, Lord. Facts. Like, salute to the women. It's just in Atlanta, like, you be hearing about these towns like Indiana and Milwaukee. Like, you've been watching the finals, right? Yeah. You've been looking at the court side, right? It don't look like they in New York or LA.
Man, nigga.
You see what I'm saying? Like salute to y'all that's got to deal with the booger backs in Milwaukee.
It's like no one of them teams so focused on basketball. Niggas want to know our Hawks ain't good.
Stephen Jackson had a career year in Indiana, shawty. I'm telling you something. Russ ain't been the same since he left Hawkins. What you talking about, funny, bro. But salute to Atlanta, man, for real.
1,000%.
All right. Y'all.
Bonnie, never mind.
Let me... it got quiet because we got to do something I really don't want to have to do.
It's so awkward.
Like, Ish probably was a little nervous coming up here because, like, he know how I feel about this guy. and he probably don't even know how to pod around me.
Listen,
right now.
Let me introduce it. Okay, let me introduce it. Okay. Let me frame it. Let me talk to the audience right here while Daniel collects himself. Let me talk right here to the camera. So I'm going to take you behind the scenes right now. So right now, of course, I'm looking at the camera. Right above the camera, Daniel, we have this whiteboard. Shout out Daniel Taylor. They write the topics down, da-da-da. So if you really focus, like when we be podding, we'll take a peek up at it, like see what's next, see what else we got to hit. So we both finished that story and saw what was first and just took a deep breath. Because up next, we have the official D-Rock Carter 6 review. But before we start, I talked to Dustin about this, and I did want to mention this, because this is a full circle moment for the Day One Twins, because one of our first episodes was a Carter 5 review.
It absolutely was. It absolutely was. That's exactly how I was going to start Perfect Introduction because I always get sentimental when a Carter gets mentioned, especially the Carter 5, because that was episode 2 of this show. Like, no funny. That's real rap. That was before we started recording. We was doing live radio. It's probably somewhere in the files on Daryl's computer because we did have that episode saved and recorded and everything. But it was our very second episode. I believe Daryl was still doing the show with us because like the first 3 shows he like kind of moderated and we just were talking heads. And we came in after the Carter 5. I called it an instant classic, 10 out of 10 album. Tyrone went from 7 out of 10, and by the end of the show, he was like, it's a 10 out of 10.
It's a 10 out of 10, fuck it.
I said Mona Lisa was going to get nominated for a record of the year.
Record of the year.
Mona Lisa was going to get nominated for record of the year.
Yeah, what a good time.
If that tells you about the excitement and the love I have for Lil Wayne, I don't know what else will, bro, but Lil Wayne is my favorite artist, my favorite entertainer. Like, that's my guy. He's been my favorite rapper since I was 9 years old. And I'm not one of the Lil Wayne fans. I was like a Lil Wayne fan for like a good 4 years. And then it was just like I kind of tapped back in. Lil Wayne has been my most listened to artist every single year since 2016. This is something you can track. Like, this isn't a game. Like, I know songs on Dedication 6 Reloaded by heart.
One of my favorite stories. Not even a story about you, but like when they first added you to the new chat, and y'all was talking about Lil Wayne, and it was like, man, some of his best work on the drought. It was like, you don't listen to that. He was like, you don't know me. He said, you clearly don't know who you're talking to.
Like, you clearly have no idea who you are speaking to, dog. Like, I have the drought 2 illegally downloaded into my phone. Like don't play with me.
I was listening to that shit this morning. Like,
I listen to Sky is the Limit every single week. Like, gang. So I'm saying all this to say, like, it's very hard for me to be honest. If you go watch episode 121, which a lot of you did, thank you and subscribe. I said you're going to get my very biased review this show, and in about 3 or 4 weeks, I would give an unbiased review because this is my guy. It's real hard for me to be unbiased with him, and it's also frustrating because I understand him and listen to him in a way people don't. Yeah. Because what I realized as I was listening to the comments, reading the comments, listening to the podcast, it's like people have this idea of who Lil Wayne is because they stopped listening to him in 2011 and 2012. Yeah. And when they go out, that's the Lil Wayne they still hear. And the funniest part is when they hear a feature, that's who they still hear. Facts. Because they're not me. They're not checking every Friday, all right, what did Wayne feature on? Because he got a feature damn near every week. Right. They're hearing the ones that go viral, the Seeing Greens, the Saturday Mornings, the BB King freestyles, et cetera, et cetera. So when they do hear him, it still reminds them of that monster from that stretch where he went on one of the craziest runs ever. So they haven't really heard the progression of Lil Wayne and where he was and where he was going, which is why there's certain songs on the album that I like that I'm like, you're not gonna like this because you didn't hear this idea in 2015 like I did. Right. Like I heard this idea and I see how he grew and advanced and it grew into this. So that is why I like it, because I saw the beginning stages, the adolescent stages of this into the master of this. And I started last week with Ish, like I'm so nervous about this album because he hasn't said nothing about it. It's no single, so I have no direction of the album. And I know Wayne get in a weird bag. And like he get to rock music and he get to singing and he get to harmonizing and you don't know what he's going to get. But I've listened to a lot of his interviews and he has said plenty of times there's a difference between the way I rap and make music on the Carters, on mixtapes, and on my I Am Not a Human Being and regular album series. It's a difference, and if you listen to the music, you can tell. Yeah. You can really tell.
1,000%.
So that excerpt from those interviews had me thinking, all right, if this is a Carter, even if it's not top of the line Wayne, it should still be 10 songs on here, 9 songs on here that everybody is universally like, oh, nah, he still got something in him. The album is just too long, or he did too much.
Exactly. That's what I was expecting.
That's exactly what I was expecting. So Because that's what the Carter 5 is for me.
Literally.
I'm still very high on the Carter 5, and I think it's an album that is aging better than people think as people go back and listen to it, because in 2018 had a very Travis Scott Drake sound.
Oh yeah, very poppy sound.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you come in with this hard rap that's a little dated, in 2018, that's gonna sound bad. But as you get 5-6 years later and you're in a mood where you're listening to older music, the sound doesn't sound as dated because you're just listening to it with somewhat fresh ears.
Exactly. And that's what I was expecting from this album was, even if you don't like the Carter 5, there's minimum 2, 3, 4 songs that you can say are elite Lil Wayne songs.
Yes. And then it's another 7, 8, 9 that are like, these are good songs. And then the rest is like, if you like Lil Wayne, you're going to like these songs.
Exactly.
So that brings me here to the Carter 6. And I want to start with the positives. Okay. Because I think he'll cut the video off after that.
We love you, Lil Wayne.
No, I love Wayne. Like I love Wayne, dog. That is I'm Young Money to the core. I can't even talk about Drake the way I want to because I love Lil Wayne so much.
That's a fact.
I be defending Nicki Minaj doing the dumbest shit because I love Lil Wayne.
Shout out Nicki Minaj. We gonna get you later, Nicki. It's been a long week for y'all niggas in that office.
Hey man, Republic Records is having a time this week. But the positives.
Right.
Intro very hard. I love the choir, love the spoken word per se at the beginning, the guitar solo to start the album, and to the hard intro. That's my favorite Wayne. Get on the beat, start the album, let them know what's up, let them know can't nobody rap with you.
Yeah.
After that, Cotton Candy and Flex Up, my God, Cotton Candy and Flex Up, haven't turned them off. Love those songs. I've been loving 2 Chainz. I love 2 Chainz. Yeah. This is the one I know nobody's gonna like, but I love, and that's If I Played the Guitar. I love that song. But I know people shouldn't like that song. I know why people don't, so I'm not trying to convince nobody of anything. I like the outro, Written History, and I love Being Myself. That's probably my second favorite song after Flex Up. I think the rapping is very, very good, and it's very obvious he is rejuvenated. Like I told you, I listened to him, so I heard the delivery in 2015 and 16 on the features and the tapes or whatever he was dropping. It just, the hunger wasn't there. I can hear the hunger and the conviction in his voice. Like he wants to be here. He wants to be in this booth. But it goes downhill from here. Yeah. It is so, actually, you go, because I did my,
So, I 1,000% agree with your point with the intro, and leading up to it, of course, because we did the show, we talked about this. I kind of agree because Wayne is in that GOAT age, so he can be mysterious. Like he's not gonna drop a single, tell you what the album is about. So when I heard the intro, I said, "Oh no, we might have one." Because the tone that was set is like, oh yeah, this sounds like it would be the Carters. That's why I think I do like I think Sharks, Cotton Candy, Flex Up, and there was one more. I think. Let me make sure. Bells. I like Bells. It's a terrible beat. I just like LL Cool J, but I feel like the tone from the beginning of the album, the intro, just did not match what we heard through. It didn't sound like a Carter to me.
No.
And that was the most frustrating part was it didn't sound like a Carter. Like, even if it's not as good, that's one thing. But the focus, the beat choice, not even how good it is, or because, of course, we're going to talk about Peter Still Elephant, but it just doesn't feel like it's not serious. Like, it sounds like you're playing around too much.
Thank you. So that is how I kind of wanted to slow walk this before I started yelling. Because that is the start of my frustration is before you even get to play one song. You give me the Baby Wayne cover with the face tats. You give me the Carter 6.
Yep.
You announced it 2 years ago at OVO Fest with Drake and Nicki.
Yep.
You talked about it all last year. Every interview you spoke about it. by how it was dropping, it was coming. You dropped the Fix Before the 6 last year. Yeah. You dropped Can't Nobody and with DMX, and then the other song that featured Hove on it. That was on Swiss album. And it just seems like the whole rollout felt like I feel rejuvenated.
Right.
I'm coming to have another mini run in my 40s and really put my name in that GOAT conversation in a way where you can't, it's undeniable now. Right. Now it's a and we're getting to the critiques of the outlandish critiques, but now everybody in New York is like substance and discography and too long and But if you drop this and this is 12 songs of madness, now we having, that's your 30, bro. Yeah. Like, what happens if you drop another one and then a mixtape? Like, what? So
they have. Listen, you New York niggas couldn't wait.
Man, you couldn't wait. But
fucking
so you call this album the Carter 6, and then you have King Carter as your intro, and like it says, now the entire world is expecting a certain Wayne.
Yeah.
And that is where everything went downhill.
Yeah.
Is I say, don't have expectations for music because they are to be disappointed. Right. The only time you should have expectations is when a legend gives you a reason to have expectations. Right. I lied Drake on stage last year with For All Your Dogs. This for all my dogs. This is the old Drake. They wanted the old Drake.
Yeah.
That type of spirit, 50 and Ye. It's like, dog, they gotta be dropping crazy music. They doing a battle like this when Kanye in Hawaii with every artist ever in America history.
Kendrick with GNX, you can't drop no ass shit.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's certain times where you can have expectations, and I believe with the way Wayne has been treating this, you could have expectations going into this album. Because, I swear, if this album is the exact same album, and it's called The Afterlife, and he came out and said this was the continuation of Rebirth, Funeral, and now this is The Afterlife, there are no expectations for this album.
Facts.
I've been working on the guitar. Y'all hear me with the guitar. This for all my fans. I got a lot of fans. It's something for everybody on here. You say that, everybody's like, oh, okay.
It's way different.
He finna have some fun.
Yeah, they're way different.
Wayne finna go in there. You gonna get 3-4 Wayne songs you like if you like Rap Weezy. You gonna get 2-3 you like if you like Rock Weezy, and we gonna get out of here.
It's a little weird, and I like a little weird.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't like a little weird when I'm expecting this version of you that is one of the greatest ever.
Right.
So you set the wrong expectation and then under-delivered. So the under-delivery hurts even more because of the expectation. Yep. So whereas if The Afterlife comes out and it's not that hard, it's just like, dog, he's in year 30.
Yeah.
It's okay.
You saw 167K with Afterlife. It's like, damn, nigga did 167.
Damn, nice. Lil Baby sold 140.
Literally.
Shout out to him.
It's like, this nigga still cooking. Like,
you feel me? And then, but now you call it the Carter 6. And now people is like, another installment of Carter series. That's where hustler music at. That's where that's where Got Money. That's where Mrs. Office. That's where Go DJ. That's where BMJ. That's where Blunt Blowing. That's where She Whip.
I'm the best rapper alive.
I'm the best rapper. That's where it is. That's where them songs come from. That's the series that those songs come from. And then you drop Sharks, which I like. I don't think Sharks is a bad song, but that is not a song for the Carter 6. When you drop a track list and I see Jelly Roll and Jay Jones and Bono, like, I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you thinking?
No, the Jelly Roll shit is crazy.
What are you thinking? And again, if this is The Afterlife, we good, Wayne. But this is the Carter 6. Please remember that.
Like the Carters, like you can legit Carter 6 aside, because this is gonna hurt a lot of arguments. If you would have sat down and somebody told you, what's the best rap series ever? And you said the Carters, niggas would have to hear you out. Niggas would have to hear you out. But no matter who the opposition is, you could argue this is the best series of solo rap albums for a specific person ever. And then, and even the Carter 5, and we keep saying this, even if it's not your best, the tone, the subject matter, how you was rapping, everything kind of fit together, and it made sense. This one, like you said, it's all over the place.
It's like the Carter 5, I can explain why this is a good album and convince you by the end of the conversation. With this album, I can't tell you nothing. No. I don't have nothing to give you, bro. Nope. And I'm not I'm not Mr. Oh my God, subject matter and cohesive and storytelling. I'm not Mr. that. I think rap is a sport. Rap is fun, and getting on the beat and just rapping and spitting and being cool is some of the most player shit ever. Some of my favorite rap verses ever ain't really rapping. It's 8 bars about something here, 8 bars about something there, but it's not really focused on a real subject or anything like that. And so I don't think Wayne's subject matter is just so terrible and all of the bullshit everybody else is saying. But on this album, it was so obvious there was no direction in the sound of it. There was no direction in the message behind it. It was just a bunch of songs you heard in the studio and was like, all right, we can go with these. And that brings me to the climax of my argument and my problem with Wayne right now. Because it would be one thing if you wanted to be in this elder statesman, like you just, like Snoop. Snoop dropped music, and it's just like,
if it's good, it's good. If it's not, Snoop dropped out. Like,
you feel me? If you was in that space and you was just cooling, I don't care what you do. I swear I don't. You've given everything. I don't care. Same with Snoop. I say the same thing with Drake. Kendrick is at that point for me. If Kendrick want to go make a rock album next year, go make a rock album, Kendrick. I don't care. 3K playing the flute. Jay-Z being a dad. like once you've given it all, I don't care what you're doing.
Listen, Ludacris, you can make as many of them fast movies you want to, my nigga.
You feel me? T.I., go do stand-up comedy.
Literally, bro. T.I., you didn't give niggas enough.
Hey, Bun B, them burgers crazy.
Bun B sell burgers?
Yeah, Bun B got the real burgers.
I don't know why. We was talking about B.O.B. the other day. I don't know why I thought B.O.B. when you said
okay.
This nigga B.O.B. selling burgers.
Shout out to Bob.
Yeah, shout out Bobby Ray.
But it's frustrating, Wayne, because you are still at this point where you're acting like you still want to be considered one of the best. You're still hungry. You're still eating rappers, as you always say. But you're not moving in a manner that proves you really believe that. You're not walking what you're talking. And that's what the frustrating part is, because for the whole duration of your career, you have. You have been very honest with your fans about who you are, what was coming, what was delivering. I remember he tweeted like a month before Free Weezy album came out. He was like, bro, I'm working hard. Like, I'm 20 hours a day. Like, I'm working hard. There's going to be some shit for y'all. And it was.
Facts.
Like, I remember them days. So it's frustrating that, like, you know that it's there because you hear the raps, but it won't come together because of your ego. And that's what hurts the most, is I don't know if this problem can be fixed because Wayne is Wayne and he has developed, somewhat deservingly so, this giant ego. And he is at a point where Mac isn't around him no more. He tweeted that today because people keep tweeting him about the album. Like, my nigga, why'd you let him put this out? Like, it's that bad where they have been tweeting Mac Main nonstop. Yo, why is this out? How did you let him drop this? And he's like, yo, I'm on Young Money Sports. I haven't been on Young Money Music in 2 years. Stunner, nowhere to be found. Slim, nowhere to be found. Manny pops up every now and then, but he's not really A&R. Juvie's not around. Like, everybody that you come in with that has the power to tell you, yo, that's not it, it's gone. So now that who's around you is a manager that you hired 2 years ago who was your engineer. Lil Twist, Gutta Gutta, and Corey Guns are your A&Rs. We spoke last week how them niggas are paid to be his friends.
1,000%. That is their job.
They're trust fund friends. Like, so why am I going to sit here and tell, in my opinion, if I'm Lil Twist, Corey Guns, the greatest rapper ever, that his song not it? What is that? What am I gonna get out of that? So you don't have nobody that's gonna look at you like Tez would have, like Mac would have, like Stunner would have, like, yo, if you dropping a Carter, no, this ain't it. Because if that was the case, a lot of these songs would have been fixed. Because the song is there. Some of these songs are there. Like Banned from the NO, you cut 1.5 minutes, people like that song. It went on 1 minute and 15 seconds too long. Loki's theme, that rock shit that he did at the end was hard, but it throws everybody off and it doesn't fit what you're doing in that portion of the album. If that song comes as an interlude to after charts, it makes a lot of sense. Right. If hip hop, that second verse wasn't necessary, but you love rapping, you don't really listen to rap music, and you don't listen to nobody's rap music, so you don't understand that the second verse shouldn't come. And if it is gonna come, it should come after the feature artist, and it should blend in with that because you hear the hook too much, and that draws people interest away. But you don't know that because you don't listen to music no more. So that song could have been better, but the structure of it was messed up. And it's a lot of that throughout this album where the structures of songs are just wrong. And then you don't release one song is on his vinyl that would have been the best song in this album. I'll send it to you before you leave so you can listen to it on the way home. It would have been the first or second best song on this album. And that is like, that's where Mac would have come in and be like, yo, this has to go on the original album.
Right.
The song with Future and Baby that just dropped would have been one of the 3 best songs on this album easily and would have been the one to draw everybody in and catch everybody's attention.
Yeah, the Baby Future song.
And you pussyfoot around that. Whatever that has to do to get on the original album has to get on the original album. Right. The Nicki song. If you're gonna drop Banned from N.O., then don't drop it without Nicki. Right. Don't drop the song without Nicki. Just say, yo, we gonna push the album back to Saturday. Or we're gonna push it back to next week. You Lil Wayne. Niggas is not surprised you pushing your album back, my nigga. So it's like, just all of these missteps that happen don't happen if Mac is around. These little things I'm saying, I'm noticing as a fan. You don't think somebody that's around him, that's been around him for 20 years, would have known, yo, that's not it. Yo, this is different. So Wayne has to humble himself and say, yo, I'm going to start listening to other artists. I'm going to start going out and understanding what's clicking, what's not. Because I have no doubt that if he understands, he can do. Right. But he doesn't understand what to do. He is just in there curating in his own world. And his own world is as small as one person's world can be.
Yeah.
So you're creating for millions with the intention of creating only for yourself. And you are out of touch. And that's okay. You up 9 figures, my nigga. Like, you're going to be out of touch. But that's why Drake said in an interview like 10 years ago, I think it was with his Rap Radar interview with Elliot. He was like, I tried for the longest to get Wayne to listen to other artists because I knew how much better it would make him, and he wouldn't listen to me. He was like, I couldn't get him. He was like, I tried to listen to R&B, just listen to everything so he could understand like what was going on. And that is why Lil Wayne is the best feature artist ever, because he's a chameleon.
Right.
He can do anything. He can fit on anything. And that's why it's so fucking frustrating, because it's like, my nigga, if you would just do the research, you would be perfectly fine. But your ego's so big, you just want to be in the own little bubble. Everything is perfect. Oh, my favorite song, the last song I recorded. That's how I keep myself focused. And it's like, you really believe that, and that's how Island Holiday hitting up on the album, because in your eyes, that shit sound good. Yeah. But you don't got nobody that's gonna be honest with you and be like, yo, my nigga, if you wanna drop that song oh so bad, then just drop a deluxe later. Right. But that can't go on the original Carter fucking 6, my nigga.
Literally.
But you don't got nobody around you to be fucking honest. Yeah. But what's frustrating is, bro, Kobe Bryant had a trainer. LeBron James had a trainer.
Facts.
Michael Jordan had a trainer.
Yep.
I'll do you one better, dog. Go look at the credits on Thriller. Go look at the credits on Cowboy Carter. Go look at the credits on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Go look at the credits on Blueprint, on Volume 1, on Illmatic. Go look at the credits on these albums. Yep. Go look at how many people collaborated to bring this art.
Look at the credits on Carter 3.
Look at the credits on Carter 3. Look at the credits on Carter 2.
Yep.
Come on, man. Like, you trying to prove something that don't need to be proven.
Right.
You trying to prove you can do this by yourself when no one has.
Nobody has.
Beyonce got writers, shawty. Yeah. Beyonce got a choreographer.
Stages.
Jay-Z said, hey, bro, if you send me a beat, please have a hook on it.
Yeah, literally.
Kanye, yo, I got most of my verse side high. Come help me with this little bit.
Yeah.
You know who get all the credit? Kanye West. Beyonce.
Yep.
Jay-Z. Michael Jackson. The star is always going to get all the credit. You're acting as if you let go some of the reins, if you let an A&R come in and tell you what to put on the album, that it means less. If you use certain beats, or you work with certain producers, it means less. I don't know, because like Peanuts to an Elephant, how does that end up on an album? Like niggas is laughing at you, Wayne. I'm mad. How do you do that? How does that end up on an album?
I didn't mean to start laughing when you said that.
No, you should have.
Like
it starts with the elephant horn,
fam.
nigga.
It's the most unserious fucking song especially from an artist of Wayne's caliber. Whether niggas think it's bad rapping, bad beats, it is the most unserious fucking song I have ever heard in my life, bro.
What are you doing, dog?
It sounds like it's so bad. Like niggas was on Twitter like everybody hating on Wayne. We've never seen, fam. When's the last time you seen the entire timeline agree with some shit? Like, everyone agreed. That is fucking crazy.
That's nuts, dog.
The entire getting black people on Twitter to agree with anything is crazy.
I haven't played the song. I haven't played the song. I refuse.
Listen, let me tell you.
You know what song I played? The one where it's over mud. That's why I know what he's saying on the song. I have not listened to that song.
Dog, so I don't have them on because I'm getting the lenses put in them. But I think last week I was wearing my glasses, so they got speakers in them. So I was listening to the Carter 6. That was like my first album I was gonna listen to that way, like as a first listen.
That's hard.
We got to finish to an elephant, and the horn came in. And keep in mind, like the speaker, like right here. The song started playing. I swear to God, I just lifted my glasses on my face and just sat them down. A lot of songs still playing. I'm just looking at them shits. Is that really the song? Like,
dog, I can't believe it.
The memes are so good too.
They're amazing.
The Dexter Laboratory shit is hilarious.
Hey, bro, and they don't fucking Carter corner like fight back, Wayne AX. Fight back, Wayne AX. Why are we united like the Bards? Nigga, I'm not fighting for peanuts to an elephant. I'm not.
Them niggas in the Carter corner like it's wartime.
Doug, no, it's not. We lost. We have nothing to stand on, gang. Not one thing.
Yo, that shit is so funny.
Dog, so it's so frustrating because it's like, yo, all he was a call to Mac Maine and a send to Drake away from having a good album.
Bro.
Yo, it's like, yo, here are like the 30 songs I was thinking about Drake. Can you get some of your partners to listen to him, tell me what? Matt, can you tell me what's up? Yo, they would have sent you the 14 songs back, you would have been straight. Because it's like, the songs are there. Like I said, it's the structures on some of the songs. Mama, the song with Future and Baby, the song with Nicki, and the song on the vinyl should have all been on the album. Right. And then, this is the biggest frustration, dog. What are you wasting the songs that were amazing for? Why is Can't Nobody not on this album?
Yeah, like where are these versions?
Why is Flip not on this album? Why is To The Bank not on this album? Why is Tuxedo not on this album? That's 4 songs right there. That's 4 songs. You fixed the 3 songs I'm talking about, and the other songs are on there. There's your album.
Listen, that right there gets you halfway there. That right there gets you out of Dodge. Nobody's hating on you. That's a good album. Appreciate you, Wayne, for dropping. Like
I did it myself. I have it here. It's a better album. Okay? It's here. Do you see it?
Oh my God.
God is my witness. 17 songs, 1 hour. I got the whole thing right here for you, Wayne. It wasn't that fucking complicated. It's like I'm losing my fucking mind. It's like, are you fucking playing with me, Wayne? Did you hear Peanuts to an Elephant? Like I could not believe he was doing that shit.
Yo, listen, we don't never do this because like the copyrights, it just sound crazy in the mics. I just gotta hear the elephant one good time. I just fucking can't, bro. I just can't.
Bro, and the worst part about it, the horn keep going. The elephant shit keep going throughout the song just randomly. That shit on the loop, nigga. Man,
that shit is so funny, bro.
Man, Wayne, you got me fucked up, dog. I love you, dog, but boy, you got me fucked up. But I swear I got this new album on my phone. I made a playlist. I didn't want to send it to the chat today because I couldn't deal with Karen. I would have fought him today. It's 2 days in a row too much. I love Lil Wayne too much. You can't keep playing.
I saw that shit yesterday. I saw that shit yesterday. He was a little heated.
But stop playing with me, dog. I'm not doing it. Don't talk to me about Lil Wayne and Larry June, my nigga. Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Especially not right now. Not right now.
It's wartime, nigga. But seriously, bro. Welcome to the Carter Can't Nobody Bells Hip Hop Flex Up band from the NO remix. To the Bank, the Days, which actually really shouldn't be on this album. That song sounds like the Kevin Rudolph I Made a song. This is what I'm talking about with Lil Wayne not knowing what the fuck is going on outside. Because in his eyes, that was out of here.
That's some new shit. That's some new shit to him. He was in the studio.
He was getting them verses. I was like,
yeah, they ain't never heard no shit like that.
He called Twist. Twist, I got 1, 2 in his out here. He was like, guess who I got on the hook? He was like, who? But Justin? Nah, Bono. Twist was like, oh, okay. Like my nigga, what?
That's how I know. Like you said, the Wayne was 9 figures up. First, salute Wayne. Salute Wayne. And this how I know you was 9 figures up. And I wish we were still doing the mysterious titles because this would 1,000% be the mysterious title for this episode. Nobody in the trenches know about Bono, nigga. Niggas in the trenches don't know about no Bono, nigga. Like,
Sonny, what are we talking about,
shout out Big X the Plug. Shout out Big X.
Feature on the album. Hook is crazy.
Crazy. Did his fucking best, bro.
Yes, he did. And the thing about the days, it's another song structure issue. Yo, both those verses might be the best and most they have the most substance in them, is what I was trying to say. But if that song, you slow it down. Take the BPMs down half. Mm-hmm. Now you got that Wayne, you know how Wayne voice be cutting through the beat? Yeah. So now you do that. You slow the song down.
Facts.
And now you get Leon Thomas on the hook.
Yeah, Larry June on the verse.
Come on, not today. I can't do it. Not But like, that was good, bro. That was perfect. That was amazing.
Does he cut the VPNs down, nigga?
Nah, you cooked that one.
Well, yo, woke up in New Orleans.
You get Leon Thomas on the hook, or you get one of the young singers, Jesse Reyes, who you have a good relationship with, something like that on the hook. You slow it down. And then you have the hook saying somewhat of the same thing, but in a more R&B-ish manner.
Exactly.
And that way the song resonates with your audience more than fucking Bono.
Yeah.
And now you have a hero in your hands. And people are like, oh my God, this song is so deep. Boom, boom, boom. Maria, why the fuck is that opera singer so loud? Why is that opera singer so loud, Ish? Why?
She is so loud. She is louder than anything else on the album.
My nigga, it's so loud. Wyclef and Wayne are getting off, and it don't matter because she is so loud.
That shit is so funny, bro.
Turn the opera singer down. Wyclef verse, no, it's 2025. No one wants to hear a minute and a half Wyclef verse straight, but the verse is good. Yeah. So if you cut the verses in half, it's 30 seconds here, 30 seconds Wayne, 30 seconds Wyclef, 30 seconds Wayne again. The opera singer is cut down, you have a great song again. Mm-hmm. It's simple shit that you would know if you just walked outside, if you just had somebody in your corner. And then I got to thinking, because everybody was like, Joe was like, yo, Drake ain't coming through that door. Will Drake even answer the phone? Yo, Nicki, she even answer the phone? Clearly she will, but Nicki isn't coming through that door. But Stunner, where's Stunner at? You don't fuck with Stunner no more for real, so you can't have him in the studio. 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz.
2 Chainz.
2 Chainz, yeah.
2 Chainz is your real friend. 2 Chainz, I don't know if y'all know, but Lil Wayne was 2 Chainz' best man in his wedding. Like, they are real friends, locked in, like partners for real.
Yeah.
Call 2 Chainz. Send your music to 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz has arguably the best beat selection of anybody that has come out of Atlanta.
Amazing ear.
That is how good his ear is. Like, he has one of the best ears out of the South, dog.
Yeah.
Rick Ross. Call Ross, dog. Like, it's people outside of the Young Money thing that you could call to send these music to, that you can call and be like, yo, what you think of this? And they be like, yo, Tune, Beats is better than this. Like, what is this? Like, go listen to the production on Welcome to Collie Grove. Like, despite how you feel about the album, just go listen to the album for the beats.
Yeah. Or Collie Grove too.
Our Collie Grove too. Like, my nigga, go listen to them. Yeah. Every beat on Collie Grove 2 would be the best beat on this album.
Literally. You used to be friends with DJ Khaled.
Like, it's so many people for Wayne to call outside of the Young Money roster, outside of the Stunning, for him to have gotten real feedback about this. Yeah. So it is just insanely frustrating. I'm done about 25 minutes, like, tripping. Like, it's frustrating. Yeah. So I'm cool now. I told y'all within 4-5 days, I was going to be good. Yeah. I got my Carter 6 version. In about 4 years, I'm going to start telling people this was the Carter 6. I'm good. I have settled down.
I am, you know how, like, so I do this for my nieces where, like, I'll tell them they'll do some shit in their room and I'll, like, hide something in their room so, like, they can find it later. I've done this mentally for 3 years when you and Tyrone text your chat, like, it's really a classic. And y'all sent that version, like...
Yo, when I tell y'all niggas, yo, this version actually...
Yo, King Carter and the Can't Nobody? Hey, man.
Hey.
I'm not saying.
But I'm telling you something. Yeah. I'm telling you something. So, yeah, just a huge misfire from Wayne, bro. It's just a huge misfire. There's nothing else to say. I'm frustrated as a fan, but it's weird because it's like, now you got to go on tour with this bitch.
Yeah, thank God he's not touring that album.
He is. It's the Carter 6 tour.
So listen, well, that was my worry because he did a show like the night after it came out. And I was like, man, I wonder how them niggas at that show are feeling right now. But he did, like, he's Lil Wayne. So, like, he did Lil Wayne hits, classics, da-da-da. And it wasn't, like, just the Carter 6, so...
If he would have done just the Carter 6, people would have walked out of that show. That's how
that should have got bad.
So, but he did, I think he did Welcome to the Carters. He brought LL Cool J out, did Bells, and did Rock the Bells. And then, I believe he did Sharks. And I think those were the only songs he did. I think those were the only songs he did, which was smart, and then he got into his regular set. Yeah. And I heard that show was very good. Somebody we know in our chat was there. I heard that show was very good. Ice from the JBP said it wasn't. He was like, he was singing most of his songs, but I realized he didn't come out to 10:15. Ice just old. He couldn't handle it.
You know Ice was drunk at 10:15. You know
Ice was drunk as hell.
Drunk as fuck.
Mad as fuck that he was late. Listen, he got to the concert at 8 o'clock. I said, you got to a Lil Wayne concert on time?
Fam, he was sitting down there for 2 hours. You know that nigga was 4 or 5 drinks in. No funny shit.
So edible in, all of that. That nigga was mad as hell. So, but I did hear that MSG show was crazy. And if he is going to come out with a choir, be on his guitar, have the skateboarders in the background, have a real show, his concert is going to be great. And it's not going to matter that the Carter 6 is what it is. But I do want some more direction. I hope he does get a team around him in closing. Like, I just hope he takes some accountability, gets rid of his ego, and understands that, like, music is a collaborative effort. Art is a collaborative effort. The more collaborators you have, the more artists you have on your project, the better it'll be, and you're still going to get the credit, bro. If you would have had a bunch of samples on this album, would have had a bunch of great producers on this album, great features, Drake, Nicki, Baby, Future, Hove, you still would have got the credit. It still would have been Lil Wayne, Carter 6 was incredible.
1,000%. I wanted to ask, do you think Wayne's connections to Drake has isolated him from certain people?
That's a great question.
Because just the people that we mentioned, 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz was probably brought up in the Drake beef. Rick Ross, of course, him and Drake went to war. DJ Khaled, him and Drake got problems. Do you think his connection to that has isolated him from a lot of these other artists who have problems with that nigga, or do you think it's just like, that's Lil Wayne, he's Lil Wayne, so he knows what type of song he wants to make?
Yeah, bro, I do. I think, actually, this is what I actually think. I don't think the budget for this album was high.
I can see that.
And I say that because of the marketing behind the album.
Right.
The original announcement for the album didn't come from Republic, didn't come from UMG, didn't come from an Instagram post or anything, or an extravagant video. It came from a lotion commercial.
Yeah.
So, like, you essentially got paid to announce your album because, like, we couldn't even afford to market it originally.
Right.
And then for the rest of the rollout, the entire rollout has been Instagram videos. And it hasn't been extravagant. Like, before he took it down, the DJ Khaled album announcement was, that was a $3 million 7-minute video, dog.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So
production behind that shit.
Yeah, so these videos are very obviously done by, do Wayne this favor, we'll throw you $5,000. Just a couple of mashups of his old songs, a couple of mashups of some old videos, and that has essentially been the entire rollout. We're going to announce the album, we'll announce the tour, and we'll show you the album cover, and then 2 hours before the album, we'll release the track list. There was no real rollout behind this. It seemed like they spent all the rollout on the 2-day ad they did in Times Square. I don't know if you saw, but it was like across like 3 billboards. It seemed like that's where all the money went to, and that was because he was doing the show in Madison Square Garden, so they had to advertise a lot in New York. Literally. It just didn't seem like the budget was there. So I don't know if it is Drake. Ross, probably.
Ross.
Khaled, Probably.
Yeah.
But Chainz, absolutely not. They've dropped music. He's on the album, so Chainz, absolutely. I don't think nothing can tear them apart.
Right.
But everybody else, I would say, yes, that Drake is affecting this, but this has nothing to do with the output of the album. I think the budget for the album was not high, which is why you only heard one Manny Fresh beat. It was, my nigga, like, I went through and read who the producers were. The other than Manny, Infamous got a track, and I think Boy Wonder. Like, that was it. And it was those were the 3 best beats on the album, obviously. So, like, everybody, like, the Peanuts and Elephant beat was made by the nigga in Hamilton.
Yeah, Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Like,
shout out to Lin-Manuel Miranda, by the way.
And it sounds like some shit that niggas would be rapping over in Hamilton with some fucking checkerboard shoes on or some shit.
Terrible,
like, so I don't think the budget for this album was high, or you would have seen Alchemist, or you would have seen Take You, because, like, he has an entire beat pack from Manny, from Alchemist, from these producers. He has a beat pack with songs over them. I don't think he could afford them with the budget he got them, which I guess will be my last point. Wayne, you might got to reach into your own pockets. Killer Mike, when he made Michael, that sounds like in a very expensive, very extravagant production.
Facts.
He said he spent $500,000-$600,000 of his own money outside of the label's money.
Right.
So it might take, you said $150,000 is $1.50 to you. So I know you got $600,000-$700,000 to pay these producers and pay this marketing and pay for these songs to be as extravagant as they need to. So that is what I would say, bro. That is how I answer that question. To give a one-sentence answer, yes, his relationship with Drake is affecting the industry, but it had nothing to do with the horrible production on Carter 6. That was more so the lack of budget and him not knowing how to maneuver around that, because he's in a new space where he's owning everything, he's doing everything by himself. So you don't know that, like, I can pull some money out of my pocket and do this. You don't know who to call to tell to do that. You don't know that. I don't think the people around you are telling you that. And I don't know if you so used to being the main act at the label, I don't know if you would even be willing to do that, because it's an ego thing.
Yeah.
So it's a mess, bro. It's a mess.
I agree.
And I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Because this album is what it is, do you think he has to drop a Carter 7 now?
Hell yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Hell yes, bro. You have to. I don't think this can be the last Carter. You cannot let this be the last Carter. And the reason you can't let this be the last Carter, and I'm glad you can ask this, because I did want us to hit this, is because them niggas could not wait to, like you let a nigga slide, they ice skate.
Exactly.
Like, the last Carter being this bad is gonna change the way people frame the Carter. You see it now with the way niggas are talking on Twitter, and, like, the thing is, like, it can't just be a bad Wayne song or a bad Wayne album. It's got to be like, oh yeah, I told you so. Over the last 20 years, they've all been bad. Like, damn, first of all, they all didn't sound like this. That's why everybody was fucking mad, because they all didn't sound like this. Like, everyone's mad because either it's not supposed to sound like this, and it's the other half of niggas is like, we told you it sounded like this. Like, no, bro, no. You can't let that be the last Carter. And Wayne is not in, it didn't feel like this was the last Wayne had to say.
No, not at all.
Like, I don't think he would be comfortable with this being the last Carter.
No. I hope, because I know, again, I keep speaking about how he's in his own world, own bubble. I hope this feedback gets to him. Mm-hmm. I hope, because of all of the trouble Mac has gone through in the past week, I'm hoping Mac gives him a call and is like, yo, have you looked at the reviews for your album? Like, did you see that 2.0 on
Pitchfork? Bro.
Like, does that make you feel something? Yeah. Because it does. It should. It absolutely should. So, yeah, I feel like Wayne is still hungry, and Wayne is just so fucking creative, and so he wants to rap, and he loves that shit. He loves music so much.
He's probably still rapping.
Bruh, he's probably in the studio right now. Yep. So it's like, that hunger, that drive, I don't think it's going anywhere. So you have to channel that into something positive. Right. So if I'm Wayne, I agree, bro. You can't let this be the last installment of the series, because when people listen back to it, you don't want this to be you don't want written history to be the last thing people hear from the Carter series. Yeah, literally. That's why we were big proponents of, it said Lil Wayne should retire in 2018. And I was like, you're out of your mind if you think Lil Wayne is never going to retire. It's crazy. It's crazy how much better potters we are now, because what I should have said is he should retire to Carters. Exactly. And that would have been a perfect statement, because we are walking in foot in that he should have ended with the Carter 5.
Yep.
5 is a perfect number. Let It All Work Out was a perfect song.
Yep.
The deluxe was crazy, and it's a polarizing album. It gives people room to debate. Like, no, this is crazy. Nah, if you put this together with this is crazy. So it gives people room to talk, discussion, and some of your highest highs, Let It All Work Out, Dedicate, Uproar, Mona Lisa, are on that album. And if you make a list of the top 10 songs from the Carter series, you can pick a song from every album.
Exactly.
You can't do that no more with the Carter 6. So, yeah, bro, you got to drop a Carter 7. You gotta drop, if I'm him, I'm going to mixtape to get people back in my good graces because that's where I'm at my best. I'm rapping over all of the craziest beats of the last few years, and I'm going to do about 9 songs, post it on YouTube, maybe try to get it on Apple Music after a while, but that'll go crazy. Dedication 7 with drama.
Yeah.
8, 9 songs. And then after that, I'm dropping an EP, and that is going to be the Sorry for the Wait. It's going to be, all right, sorry for the confusion, something like that. Yeah. And then I'm going right back into the Carter 7. Because what you can't do is do the afterlife now. Or do the I Am Not a Human Being 3 and play around again, because now you're gone. Now the audience is gone. Right. This is 3-4 years down the line. The superstars popped out. Doechii going crazy. Kendrick is at the GOAT now. Like, it's so much going on that, like, we don't have time for you to pussyfoot around. Exactly. So mixtape, quick EP, and then the Carter 7, and everything will be forgiven. Yeah. And the Carter 7 should be 12 songs, 4 songs from Alchemist, 3 songs from Manny, 4 songs from Just Blaze, a couple from Bangladesh, 1 from Kanye, and call that a day. Yeah.
I 1000% agree. You just can't leave it at this point, which is it will leave a bad taste in my mouth. So I would definitely wish he would update that. But it's crazy because we actually, like, in all the time we do this show, like, we really don't have bad reviewed projects. Like, we don't never have bad reviewed projects. No. So I still want to clap it for Wayne. Listen. And this is for you Twitter niggas, bro. That's still Lil Wayne. That's still Lil Wayne. Like, y'all gotta relax.
Yeah, like I saw some crazy shit since he ain't dropped a good album in 15 years. Yeah. The Carter 4 was trash.
2011. Listen.
Chill out, bro. Chill out. Bro. Like, relax. That is still fucking Lil Wayne.
We're not gonna let y'all OD on. Like Grace said, niggas get 24, 48 hours. Get your shit off, like, cool, da-da-da. But Wayne ain't been rapping for the last 15 years. Y'all just ain't want to admit it. Like, fam,
shut up, dog.
Yeah,
shut
quiet,
up,
bro.
We ain't all been wrong. Yeah. We ain't all just been deaf. Like, come on, dog. Free Weezy album was crazy. And the feature run he's been on since 2019 has been ridiculous.
Literally undeniable.
Yeah. So it's like, please relax on the Wayne slander. Like, y'all had your fun. It's been a week. Let's move on. It's okay. He's in year 30, dog. Like,
I would like for him to look at one of his peers. We probably won't talk about too much this show because I want to save it for the Patreon. But look at kind of what Eminem had to do, bro. Eminem had to miss a couple times real bad. Like, Eminem, like, niggas forget The Death of Some Shady was received well, and, people kind of forget, and that's kind of what we're telling you to do. Like,
that album was good.
That album was good. When Eminem dropped Kamikaze, it was so bad, he had to start his next album talking about how bad his last album was. Yes. Like, it happens. You got to get in shape. You got to get around other people, and you got to release control. Like, Lil Wayne, like, you are not, like, you don't need to be the Carter 2 Lil Wayne. The Carter 2 Lil Wayne wasn't on Undisputed. The Carter 2 Lil Wayne wasn't an active father who loves his kids. He got his daughter on the song. Like, we're not asking you to do that. But at the same time, you don't need to have all these extra responsibilities when you still have other things outside of rap that you're doing. You're just not got a time. You're just not.
You don't need to be your manager, your publicist, your own A&R, your own beat selector. Like, you don't need to be wear all of these hats and also get on stage and perform every night.
Right.
And get in the booth and rap every night. Exactly. It's just too much. It is simply too much to do. So we love you, Wayne. Like, you one of our GOATs, bro. Easy. Facts. You and everybody I talk to is top 5. You my GOAT. Like, You are who you are.
Wayne is on that short list of niggas that I would probably fangirl out for. Pause. Like,
yeah,
it's a lot of niggas I'm not gonna let you fangirl out for. But like, if Lil Wayne walked into Publix and you were there and you passed out, like, I get it. Like,
I get it, bro. Like Lil Wayne has been one of the most 50 famous people on this planet for his entire life.
Exactly. Like he is. I feel like if you're unprepared to see Lil Wayne somewhere and you see him and like you just like fucking freeze up, like that's Lil Wayne.
Yes,
like, I get it. Like,
exactly.
Like, and for a lot of people, Lil Wayne, pun intended, you are hip hop.
Yes.
You are hip hop, bro.
Yes. And that's the funniest part about it is like the shit's still gonna sell 150. He's still going on an arena tour because his name is so valuable.
Lucrative,
that's what the word I was saying. Lucrative. His name is so lucrative. Just the brand of Lil Wayne is enough to get people in the stadium.
Yeah.
The brand of Lil Wayne is enough to get people at a festival.
Yeah, I saw something kind of. I don't know if I retweeted it or sent it. I definitely didn't send it to you, but it was kind of like it was a shot at Wayne, but also acknowledging how big his brand was. But the niggas brought up the Pusha T line. It was like,
I saw that tweet.
About him being trapped and can't retire. But they kind of looked at it from the other way, like, could Wayne stop rapping and retire? 1,000%. But there's so many niggas that eat off the Lil Wayne name.
Yes.
That he needs to keep going for those 1,000 people maybe that all eat when Lil Wayne dropped.
Yes, exactly. We said the same thing about Drake. We said everybody in UMG eats when Drake drops.
Exactly.
Like, he can't just stop rapping. That's why he drops an album every year. So the same thing reigns true for Wayne. Wayne is in year 30, bro. Yeah. And the music stopped for him to drop an album.
Yeah.
Nas dropped 2 albums in the same year and nobody said nothing.
Nope.
They sold 30K, we moved on. Yeah. Niggas that love Nas was like, yo, these crazies. And niggas that didn't was like, okay. But like Snoop, we just talked about Snoop dropping an album. No one cares.
Nope.
Slick Rick finna drop an album. No one cares. Scarface dropped the album last year. Yep. No one cares. And when I say no one cares, I'm just saying like the world isn't stopping and everybody on Twitter is talking about it. That's all I'm saying.
And niggas aren't like getting on Twitter at 12:25 like the fuck is this Snoop Dogg shit, bro? Like, like no, like niggas are not judging them by that caliber. So
it's something to be said that people still have this high expectation of you in year 30. That is because of these features. That is because of some of the highs on Carter 5 and Funeral. That is because of the Can't Nobodies and the slips and the To the Banks. Like people still have this high expectation of you because we still hear it pretty often from you more than we don't. Yeah. Just on this album, it just didn't deliver. And I do advise people to go revisit Funeral. I got so mad. I was like, let me go listen to Funeral to make sure I wasn't tripping about that. Album was really good. That's really a fact. But yeah, bro. That's it. That's all I got.
Shout out Wayne, man.
We did 50 minutes on Wayne, which we probably won't do again until the Carter 7 come out.
Yeah, no.
Catch us in. Yeah. All right. The NBA Finals are happening.
Yes, there is basketball being played. So I'm just wrong. I don't know. Like I was thinking like how we were gonna introduce it, but like, and I just want to say, not only was I wrong, I just think we're all wrong. I'm at a point nobody knows. Nobody knows what's going on right now. If the Indiana Pacers win the championship, they will fundamentally change basketball discourse for the rest of our lives. Because you can't explain to me this championship. Like the Dirk championship, get a good beer in you, really lock in on Dirk as a player. You're like, yeah, I can see it. 7-footer, MVP, played ahead of his time, and the era is moving towards his basketball. So now his skill set is highlighted at the perfect moment.
All-time point guard.
All-time point guard, all-time coach. Bench performance of veterans rallied together. That, I can, listen, Kobe had won the 4 straight finals. They were falling apart. KD was young. I forget the other team they played.
Was it San Antonio?
Shit, it might have been San Antonio. Yeah, we was old as shit. And then the Heat, Braun cut his brain off. You could kind of put the pieces together for that shit. I don't know what's going on in Indiana. The Devil Magic shit was funny until he hit that game winner in game 1. That's when the jokes were no longer funny. It's not funny. Like Darius Garland from Indiana had surgery the other day. It's like Caitlin Clark can't play basketball anymore. Like, all right, like, can someone get to Andrew Luck's house? Like in a vacuum, bro. Like if I just blind reveal, like for the audience, like just close your eyes with me. On one side, it's a team with somebody averaging 30 in an MVP season, in the best season of his career, on the best team with the best defense. And on the other side, some guys really trying hard. TJ McConnell just really trying hard, man. Just up and down. They play. There is no justification for why this team is going to win the championship. But they fucking might.
Hey, man, it's been an amazing series.
Yeah.
Game 1, we had a thriller, excellent game from start to finish. It looked like OKC was going to bring it home, was in complete control. The Pacers, like they do, come storming back, had a historic comeback. I think they came back from 7 down with a minute left, had never happened in the finals, and Tyrese Halliburton hits a game winner, walks it off. Game 2, as expected, OKC blows them out. And last night was an amazing basketball game. If you love basketball, from start to finish, that game was incredible. I actually watched it again today. I watched the first quarter and then the third and fourth quarter today. Just to
shout out Mathurin.
Revamp for the conversation we're about to have. And shout out to Ben Mathurin. Game 3 was incredible. This was the best game of his series by far, one of the best games he has played in the playoffs, and showed you what a true point guard looks like in this game, like he has throughout the playoffs. They bother SGA. SGA legs were kind of gone in the fourth quarter. Nembhard and Naismith have done an amazing job on him, just bothering him, making it tough for him. You can't stop great scorers, but you can make it tough on them, and they have done that. So I agree with you, bro. It's going to be really funny how basketball is discussed going forward, because it's no more, all right, we can just argue LeBron and Steph. We can just argue LeBron and Giannis. It's no more of that. We're going to have to talk about why Indiana is able to score at this pace, at this clip. Why is Indiana able to defend at this level? So the first thing I want to do is address OKC. Because Indiana, actually, no, you started with Indiana. Let's stay there.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
I wanted to ask you, what did you see in Game 3 that allowed them to essentially have the control of that game as OKC did in Game 1 and then hold on to it? I want to see if you noticed the same thing I did.
So it's kind of two things, but it's kind of they're kind of a bullet, title bullet point. So the overarching thing I took from Game 3 start to finish is Indiana is the best college basketball team you've ever seen. And the caveat of that was everyone contributes so much. It's no single star to load up on. It's no single person that you're going to go in every single night. We got to stop that guy. And that is, I think, what you're seeing with Indiana is every single night for 4 or 5 minutes, someone else is the best player. Halliburton has just happened to be the best player in the last 5 minutes every game. But there have been stretches where TJ McConnell last night was the best player on the court for multiple minutes. Ben Mathurin didn't hit the rim the entire game. I think he was 12 for 15. He finished something insane doing listen, the between the legs into the spin and one, he was just tweaking. But the first red flag, because I picked OKC. Not only did I pick OKC, I picked OKC in 5. The first red flag was, I think Shea. No. I don't think Shea turned it over. One of the guard. I'm tweaking. The inbounds turnovers. Those were the biggest red flags I've ever seen in my life, because those were mental mistakes. Because you're tired.
All right.
You're exhausted.
All right.
And it was the second, third quarter. It's the second, third quarter. You're exhausted. So when Indiana scores, all right, let's just take it out. And you're turning around, throwing the ball like it's 2K. You're just throwing the ball into the average space. And them just being, I don't know if it's because they're so young and this is the farthest they've ever played into a series, but Indiana looked like they had way more energy throughout the entire game, and it wore them down.
So that leads into exactly what I was going to say, which was Indiana, remember, they have to play at their pace.
Exactly.
In Game 1 and 2, they let OKC set the tone of how they were going to play, which is why they were in control of both of those games. Indiana came out today, last night, and said, I am going to control the pace. We are going to control the pace. Why are we going to do that? Because our pace is exhausting. Because NBA players don't get normal people tired.
Yeah.
They get tired But the first thing that goes is their mental.
Yep.
The first thing that goes with professional athletes is their mental.
Yep.
That's why when you see quarterbacks get pressure or get tired at the line of scrimmage, turnovers happen.
Yep.
When you see receivers tired on a hurry-up, drop passes happen.
I think it's a Tom Brady quote. I'm not sure, but fatigue makes cowards of us all.
Yes, precisely. You saw exactly what I saw. The inbound passes. That's just a lack of focus.
Yep.
It's simply a lack of focus. Some of the rotation issues they were having were simply a lack of focus. Not because Tyrese is just an amazing dribble penetrator, kick out. Right. It's not that. It was a lack of focus. I'm not expecting to have to rotate this fast. They gave up a lot of offensive rebounds in the fourth quarter. Yep. Lack of focus. Exhaustion.
Yep.
In the fourth quarter, from 6 minutes to 1 minute in the fourth quarter, they scored 4 points.
Damn.
Every single possession was a one-pass shot.
Yep.
They came out of the timeout and they got shade to come off a double screen, come off the wing, get to a spot, mid-range jumper, bucket. Mm-hmm. They didn't run another play like that for the rest of the game because they're tired. It takes a lot of energy to get into this action. A lot of people got to get into certain spots. Mm-hmm. We got to move around, and we expended so much energy on defense because they often start at 20, 19 seconds, and they passing the ball 3 times. Mm-hmm. It's an automatic slot cut when it gets to the corner, so the offense is constantly in motion. Like, it's so much going on that side of the ball, and then every single time they shoot the ball, 4 people crash.
Yeah.
So it's exhausting to deal with. And so you're dealing with that, and now we're just running. Yeah. We just run every time. Inbound, missed shot, we just running. We taking off. Now you trying to play full court defense with me. You can't do that. Yeah. You exhausted. Now Lou Dort exhausted. So that corner 3 ain't falling no more.
Nope.
Chet exhausted. So that 3 ball ain't falling no more. That drive is a lot slower so we can recover and block that shot now. Mm-hmm. So that is how Indiana took care of them in Game 3, which brings me to OKC. And if you want to jump back to Indiana, please do. This is just one thing I want to ask about OKC. Why are they going away from the 2 big lineup? I want to say that one more time. When teams dominate a certain way for an entire season, and get to the championship and do something completely different, it is the most confusing thing in the world to
1,000%.
me. OKC is the better team. OKC has the better personnel. Why are you conforming to the Indiana style of play by going small? Because you're trying to combat that with the running. But if you had 2 bigs on the court and you got every you got every defensive rebound and you could slow the pace down, it would have naturally slowed the tempo of the game down because of your strategy. But now you're playing into their hands and it's leading to you losing.
1,000%. I think, and I don't want to, because it's super easy for people to do this, and I don't want to lay this at his doorstep, but sometimes it is a coaching mismatch. Like, you are trying to, and if I could, just got from the couch, but Nick's called me. If I could try to impart some advice to Mark Daigneault, it would be the same advice we gave the Rockets about the Warriors, or that we gave the Suns about the Warriors. You could put Shea at the 5 if you wanted to. You are never going to outrun the Pacers. You're never going to keep up with them playing that style of basketball.
Great point.
It doesn't matter who you put at the center.
Great point.
That is the thing. Like, that is what the NBA Finals, I feel like, should be about. It is unstoppable force, immovable object. You are the best double big team in the league.
Double big. We keep saying. I hate we saying it.
It's a little power. Like, you are the best double big team in the league. But you are trying to play a style of basketball that you don't play. So you being the best team is kind of misleading, because you wouldn't be the best team in the NBA if you ran this lineup all year. If you weren't playing the style of basketball that you were playing all season with these bigs, trusting your team, you wouldn't be the number 1 team MVP all that anyway.
Thank you.
So adjusting to a style that you're not your best at for the NBA Finals is not going to work.
Thank you.
And that would be and this better be what they do Game 4. Bro, you gotta go down. I game 2-1, 3-1. The series over if it's 4-1. So it better be these next 2 games, because you better go out swinging, or that's where the new coach will be. I promise you. I promise you. If you don't believe me, ask Scott Brooks.
Sheesh.
Like, you cannot get this far and have a coaching decision be the reason that people think you're going to lose because, like what you mentioned, Game 3 was the first game. Indiana even played at their pace, and they're up 2-1. Mm-hmm. If Game 4 starts and they're at that breakneck pace and they run y'all off the floor, the series is going to end. Period. So you might as well get Isaiah Hartenstein out there. You might as well get more physical and slow the game down because it doesn't matter what small ball lineup you put out there, you will never run as much as the Pacers run because, first of all, they're faster than you across the board almost because all them niggas do all year is just run. Y'all have been running for, what, a month? They've been playing like this for 2 years. And Rick Carlisle knows it better than you. Like, I've never understood trying to match what your opponent is doing stylistically.
Me either.
I never understand it. And that's probably my biggest frustration is because what you don't see, you don't see Tyrese Halliburton ISOing 30 times a game like Shea is.
Nope.
Not one time this playoffs have we seen the Pacers change their identity.
Exactly.
And that is the problem I'm having with OKC.
That is exactly the problem I'm having them. You said that perfectly, bro. They're changing their identity. Mm-hmm. The last series of the season. You got all the way here, and now you want to do something different. Mm-hmm. And it's not like you chose a different closing lineup because it matches up better.
Right.
Minute 1 through 48.
Yeah.
You're completely different than what you have been all year. Yeah. It makes no sense to me. Absolutely no sense to me.
And the Pacers, not a small team. The Pacers are not a small team.
Exactly.
Miles Turner and Pascal Siakam are a power forward center. Like, listen, Isaiah Hartenstein, I don't know why he don't want to play you. I feel like he's good enough to, and he has to be on the court. But, fam, even if you can't guard Miles Turner for 48 minutes, the 26 minutes you on the court, guess what you finna do? Guard Miles Turner. Even if you do it bad, you're going to try to do it because you can't win any other way. And for the basketball nerds out there, the series to see this play out would be the 2011 finals, which Rick Carlisle was the coach of, and the 2014 NBA finals. Teams aren't, you see LeBron at the 4, Chris Bosh at the 5. You're not going small. You're going double big, get everybody on the court possibly. You're not going to outrun the best running team. You're not going to outshoot the best shooting team. What OKC was the best defense because of size, length, physicality. You go small, you get rid of 2 of those off jump. Like when we previewing this series, we serious conversation. Is this a top 5 defense in the modern era? They played better defense than you last night.
Yep. Amazing defense, actually. Especially that fourth quarter. That fourth quarter, they were
masterclass. OKC was giving up. Legit giving up.
Shea Hat was in the corner with his hands on his knees the whole fourth quarter.
It's a bad look, bro.
Yeah, and I said this real briefly. I said, this is the most basketball either one of these teams have ever played.
Ever.
But the difference is, Indiana, because of their style of play, they're prepared to keep going like this.
Yep.
Because this is all they do.
Yeah.
I don't know if OKC is going to have the energy to close this series. I keep seeing the Warriors got down 2-1 and 22 and 15, and they won 3 straight. I don't know if Indiana's losing 3 straight games, dog.
And
I don't think Indiana's losing 3 straight games. So I think their best bet
is Game 7.
Is a Game 7.
Yeah.
Now that they're down 2-1,
yeah, it's no game.
It's no way they're winning this in 6 games.
It's no chance. And the thing, and that's what's so frustrating is like they're like OKC had the same problem in the Denver series. They were down. The difference is Indiana and Denver are playing at wildly different levels.
Yeah.
And what OKC is putting out now versus the 2022 Warriors, it's like, yeah, y'all can do it, but Shea, you're going to need to be 50, 40, 90, and 35. Like, 2015, like, the Warriors were down 2-1, and Clutch Media had this game scrubbed from existence because of what happened. But, like, you got to go into Cleveland versus LeBron and score 17 in the fourth if you want to keep playing in the finals.
No finals MVP.
No finals MVP, though. But, like, Shea, like, started 2 for 7 last game. So, okay. J-Dub. Oh my God, I can't believe we almost forgot J-Dub.
Shot gone.
Listen, that first half
was disgusting. It was horrible.
Fam, that nigga was scared.
It seemed like it.
That nigga was scared.
It seemed like it to me. Bro.
That nigga was scared, and I could tell he was scared when he tried to start hunting Halliburton, and Halliburton pushed back on him. Mm-hmm. And he damn near lost the ball. Like, he looked scared out there, bro.
The moment looked a little too big for him.
It looked way too big.
And he said in the Western Conference Finals, he was like, the lights got a little bright tonight, but I'll bounce back.
Dog, and what the biggest question for OKC was, who's going to be the other guy?
Yeah.
And Chet looked like he can be the guy for a couple minutes. Chet gets you through a quarter. Jalen Williams, and I have not enjoyed Doris Burke's commentary, but one thing Doris Burke said was they are not getting out of here unless Jalen Williams has an offensive game. Yeah. And until Jalen Williams is going to be a legit number 2 option, they are not going to be able to sustain this, because if Shea needs to take 35 shots, I don't care how good he is on defense. I don't care how much he's prepared. He cannot take 35 shots, run the offense, and be a great on-ball defender. It just doesn't happen, bro. There's no one can do it, bro. No. It's one nigga who ever really could do it, and he played with Scottie Pippen, so he didn't have to.
Yeah.
Like, it's just tiring, bro. Kobe went and got Metal World Peace. Braun went and got a bunch of niggas to go do it. Like, it is tiring, bro. Like, you cannot do it for a full game, and that's what you saw from Shea was like, man, tired.
Exhausted. So let's get to another question. Yeah. I wanna throw out some stats just because I like to keep people engaged with the numbers and everything. So game 1, Shea had 38. 38. Yeah. 14, 10, and 6 from Tyrese in game 1. In game 2, Shea had 34 and 8. Mm-hmm. The most points over 2 games in the first 2 games of your finals career ever at 72, more than AI, more than Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. Anybody you think of, he has scored more in his first 2 games.
I thought Devin Booker was 240 balls.
He did it in the finals, but it wasn't game 1 and 2. This is just game 1 and 2.
That's right.
But in game 3, Tyrese had an amazing game yesterday. 22, 9, and 11. Indiana outscored OKC 32-18 in the fourth quarter. Yeah. Siakam was really good. Mathurin had 27 in 22 minutes, and they just had an all-around team game. We're speaking as if OKC did something drastically wrong, and they're right there.
Literally.
All of the games have been close. Mm-hmm. Indiana pulled away in the last game, and game 1, and they kind of folded away. So besides keeping the double big lineup, I want to just jump into what I think OKC needs to focus on doing to win the series. Mm. And let me immediately contradict myself. You kind of can't have this conversation without mentioning the double big lineup.
Right.
So they have to do that. They have to stick to what they know, because that is where they're most comfortable. You know what I mean? It's like if my habit on my jump shot is to catch and dip and go up, on the game winner, if I don't have time to dip, I'm probably going to miss the shot because I can't get into my habit. Exactly. So you're throwing off your team's habits and your team's comfortability by trying to match a style of a team that's been playing this way for 2 years.
Right.
As Ish said, not only is this affecting just your team's comfortability, it's also affecting your defense. Mm-hmm. Because your defense was built to size and physicality, you're losing the size and some of the physicality without Isaiah Hartenstein down there. Yeah. And you're putting a lot more pressure on Shea, on Lou Dort, on Casey Wallace, and Chet to go down and rebound when that's not really their biggest strong suit, is closing possessions. They need the double big in there to do that. They need the other Jalen Williams in there to do that. So you're asking them to play slightly different roles in the last series of the season. Literally. So my simple fix to OKC, because like I said, it's not much. Just stick to what you're doing.
Literally.
Stick to what you're doing and get Shea the ball on the move a little bit more, a couple more times a game, because asking Shea to just break down NBA defenders for 12, 14 buckets a game in the finals, in his 105th game of the season, it's a lot of pressure on him. Yeah. So as they did in the fourth quarter, where they had, like I said, they set the double screen, came off, catch the ball, get to the middle. Do more of that. Get him the ball, throw him. It's not a real heavy post-up. Just let him get his back to the basket, catch it in the mid-post, and then get to a spot. Yeah. But those two things are really the important factors. And then lastly, I'll end with what you ended with. Lastly, is J-Dub. J-Dub, they tried to get him going early in Game 3.
Yeah, they did.
They really tried to get him going early in Game 3, but it was not there. Right. It has to be there for him. Yeah. It's no excuses. It's no, but maybe. It's no, but he'll come along. No. Yeah. If J-Dub does not show up, it's over with. Because especially in the NBA Finals and throughout the playoffs, your role players win you games at home. Right. They do not win you games on the road.
Nope.
I'll say that again. Role players win you games at home.
Yeah.
Who just did that? Benedict Mathurin.
Yep.
Benedict Mathurin isn't doing that in OKC. No one did. No one did. It was a collective effort with a heroic finish. That's how they won that game.
Facts.
At home, Alex Caruso, Cason Wallace doing shit out of this world. At home, on the road,
none of that.
None of that. So it has to be your best players being your best players and the role players just playing their role and not going above and beyond.
And Reggie Paul, let's just 30 seconds skip through this. You don't want to see this part. I need J-Dub to really, there's a joke about like, yo, are you a man or are you a mouse? J-Dub, you need to watch the 2012 OKC highlights. Because we thought it would last forever for them niggas too. And then they got to the finals. James Harden pissed himself. They couldn't beat Bron. And that team was different very quickly. I know OKC has a lot of great vibes. You know what they really remind me of, just not on court vibe-wise? The 07 Cavs. We got young superstar Bron, first MVP. We don't need all these superstars. We homegrown guys. We're taking the pictures before the games, having fun at the press conferences. But when them lights get bright and the other team got Tim Duncan, Tony Parker in their prime, Manu Ginobili, the vibe's not gonna take us there, bro. And as much as we preach keeping that young core together and giving them as much chances, the reason we say keep your young core together is because you might do what the Celtics do. You might get to that moment and be ready for that moment and win a championship. Fam, if y'all get to the finals, 2 straight years is the 1 seed, and y'all lose to Indiana, bro, it's no guarantee you're on this team next year. 1,000,000%. Kevin Durant and Giannis are looking for another team. It's no guarantee you're here next year. Like, the Celtics dynasty is different because they lost that game. Your team will look different if y'all lose this series.
Hey, y'all lose this series, J-Dub for KD look a lot more enticing.
J-Dub, Cason Wallace, first-round pick. Get him out of here. You'll never take a dribble in OKC again with that jersey on.
That's Kevin Durant, fam.
That's Kevin Durant, bro.
Why do I want to give Jalen Williams $60 million a year, $40 million a year? Yeah. When I can give KD $40 million, $50 million for 2 years, and it's damn near going to guarantee me a finals appearance.
Listen, and that second apron, that check contract coming. I know they paying Chet. I know their Chet will never move. I'll tell you that now. Chet ain't going nowhere. That size, that skill, he not going nowhere. Jalen Williams, replaceable, fam. Mm-hmm. And unless you make yourself irreplaceable, which you can do this series, it's in front of you. That's why the question is, are you going to rise or not? Because all the great championship teams, they all got a second guy. There's not one great championship team you can think of that didn't have one person next to that guy. And I know you're thinking of it right now, and Jason Terry played amazing that series. It's every single champion.
Jason Terry, Benedict Mathurin just broke his record for the most points off the bench.
Exactly. And there is a reason all these guys need help. And the thing about Shea is I'm not the biggest Shea guy. Not as him as a player. I just mean like keeping up with him personally. I don't know much about Shea. Maybe because he's Canadian. Maybe because he's bounced around and because he's OKC. You don't see a lot of him, but Shea want to win. Mm-hmm. Shea want to win a lot. Mm-hmm. And you start winning MVPs, you start getting in these conversations, you don't want to be the other side of these conversations.
Mm-hmm. Where he couldn't get it done.
Were you not the guy? Because right now, Shea is on the cusp of a top 5 guard season ever.
Yep.
And the way he's playing in the finals, he got a case for anything out of MJ.
Yep.
Anything after MJ, he got a strong argument.
Yep.
And it's a couple MJ years he could argue with, niggas just won't hear you out because it's MJ.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all can't fuck this up. Y'all can't fuck this up. Y'all can't fuck this up. That would be my last thing. Y'all, you can't fuck this up.
Yeah. I meant to say it before the show, but we'll probably do a short about something tomorrow. Yeah, they play tomorrow. Tomorrow after Game 5, and do one, especially if Indiana wins. Yeah. Really, if either team wins. Yeah, both ways are interesting. The last thing I want to end with is: are you under the impression that whoever wins this next game wins the series?
No,
I kind of hate that question, but I just had to ask.
Well, I'm gonna say this: if Indiana wins this next game, it's over.
Okay.
I think OKC could win the next game and still lose the series.
Me too.
I think Indiana is at a point where I'm not sure who could beat this team. Like, that's where I am with it right now. I ain't gonna lie, that's where I am with it right now. And I'm gonna champion this. If they win the championship, I'm gonna be that nigga. When niggas be like the worst teams ever, I'm gonna make sure they don't mention this Pacers team.
No.
And I don't care who, nigga, 96 Bulls, this Pacers team's got a chance. The devil magic behind this roster, bro, I would never count them niggas out at anything, bro. Ever, bro. Shaq and Kobe 0-1, line it up. Listen, they might lose by 40 that first game. And that second game,
they might come back from 20 in the last 3 minutes.
No. Like, there's no telling what. And it's like the North Carolina Surviving Advanced team. Shout out Jim Vivano, RP Jimmy V. Shout out him and the people on that team. But, like, they had this type of run, but in college, where they kept coming back at the end of games, doing weird, crazy shit to come back, beat a bunch of teams. And for those that don't know, just to tell the story, they went up against 5 Slam and Jam in the national championship. And if you don't know who that is, that was, at the time, going to be the best college basketball team ever. Like, Fab Five on steroids. Like, Clyde Drexler, Hakeem Olajuwon on the same team in their prime. Like, they had 4 NBA players in the starting lineup. And in this North Carolina State team beats them just being try-hard college niggas, just trapping and hitting a bunch of buzzer beaters. And that's what it feels like. The Pacers, you feel like, bro, you can roll the ball out there versus anybody. Bro.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree, bro. The Pacers are incredible. If they go up 3-1, they win the series. If it's a 2-2 series, it's anybody's series and it's going 7.
Yeah.
I just love their style. And the last thing I want to say is Rick Carlisle. Rick Carlisle is the difference maker in this series and why I think Indiana is probably going to end up pulling this off in 6. He has put his team in the perfect position at every step of the way.
Yeah.
Every step of the way. And Tyrese has been so clutch. And I don't just mean in the fourth quarter, in the last 2 minutes. I mean in the third quarter when they need a bucket.
Right.
In the second quarter when he needed to go on a run by himself. He has just delivered in every single way he has needed to deliver. The balance between the facilitating and the scoring, the rebounding, he has been incredible.
The defense.
The defense, like he's been great on defense. The way he's been playing the passing lanes, getting steals from behind just by catching people sleeping. Yeah. It has been a masterclass from Tyrese this entire playoffs, man. I'm really enjoying having him. He's really making me a fan. Yeah. And then the last thing I wanted to say this in my OKC tangent. OKC, the youth is coming out. I was watching, because I told you I was watching the game. It was the fourth quarter, and they were down 4, I want to say. And Shea gets the drive, gets downhill, and swings it to Lou Dort. First pass, 14 seconds left on the shot clock. Shot it. That's not a shot you want. You've missed 4 straight shots. Yeah. We want to get damn near as close to an automatic bucket as we possibly can. If that was the second attempt at the shot and there's 4 seconds left on the shot clock, that's the best shot you're going to get. Shoot that. Right. But at 14 seconds, swing that back up, you let Shea get the ball back and run something else and get a better shot. It's simple things like that I've seen throughout the series with OKC making that mistake where Indiana just isn't, and I think that has a lot to do with Rick Carlisle. Yeah. I think when you have been in this situation as Carlisle has, you're able to relay certain messages that kind of just get swept up under the rug because of the magnitude of the moment. It's so many other details to go through. You're not going to remember to tell them, like, yo, remember, when a run comes, we want a good shot because it's something you expect them to remember all the time because they're NBA players. But in the finals, the lights still get to the best of them.
Facts.
The moment still gets to the best of them. So when you down 4 and you can't score and you kind of open, you feel like this may be the best shot you're going to get, so you rush it. So it's simple things like that Carlisle is pushing Indiana through, and OKC is hitting that wall and having to deal with it.
I did have this funny thought. I did want to just tell you, just silver lining. Listen, thank God the Warriors not in the finals because the fucking the stress of them niggas versus the Pacers.
If I would have had to watch Steph Curry lose to Tyrese Halliburton in the finals, and then the Carter 6 come out.
Yeah, this has been a battle. Would have been a tense month, boy. Would have been a tense month, boy.
Would have been a horrible month for me. Man, thank God Steph Curry somewhere playing golf. Shit.
For real.
But let's get into the team that Steph Curry was supposed to be drafted by, the New York Knicks.
Yeah, the audacity of the Knicks.
This is a 3-minute segment.
Yeah.
What the fuck are the Knicks doing, dog? The Knicks fired Tom Thibodeau and just tried to hire everybody else's coach. Like, who the fuck do you think you are, New York?
What do niggas know about Mike Malone that I don't? What do niggas know about Mike Malone that I don't? Like y'all niggas are putting in, like, it's like no exaggeration. And I could say this on the pod because this is a pod and niggas can't say this on ESPN. It's like, bro, it's like a getting out of a relationship and texting only girls with boyfriends.
Yeah.
Like, fam, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, yeah, you hate your partner. Everybody doesn't hate their partner. Like, everybody's excited to just throw their coach to the wind.
They called the Rockets for Ime Udoka like the Rockets didn't have the best season in 10 years, dog. Like, what are you thinking, bro?
Going from fucking Tom Thibodeau to Ime Udoka is so funny, bro. Like, them niggas don't want to change shit. But, bro, I don't know what's going on with the Knicks coaching search. At this point, I think they're trolling a little bit. I love the response from other teams. I don't know if you saw, like, the specific things they were saying. But there was, like, some people were like, no, hang up. Some people were like, absolutely not, hang up. Some people was like, all right, hold on. Had the owner call them, like, yeah, we're not doing that. Like the audacity to call us, like, hey, can we have your coach? No. Why the fuck would we give? Why? Why would we give you our coach?
Why didn't you wait to fire Tibbs until you knew who your new coach was?
Bro, literally, or at least have some options. Like,
you signed him into extension, prematurely fired him, and have no replacement for him now. What is going on?
Funniest possible outcome, they hire him back.
And nah, they hired Tibbs back. That would be some of the funniest shit.
Hire Tibbs back, but he comes to the press conference like with a different vibe. Like he gets to the press conference like, we're gonna pass more.
You know, like, I wore a pink shirt today. Like, just some different shit.
You know how he yelled? Like he just come back in normal voice. Real smooth Tom Thibodeau.
And then staying on the Knicks and moving to a player with them. What are your top 5 destinations for KD?
Oh, yeah. We're Spurs, Boardwalk, Austin, south of Texas. Listen, KD, I hear what you've been saying. I see I see what your peoples is putting out there. It's a done deal. It's a done deal. I'll see you soon, KD. Let me know what jersey number you're wearing. There are no other options. Seriously, to answer the question, my only options right now, Minnesota, if you can get me there. Houston, if you can get me there. Fuck. That's kind of it.
I'm going 1 is San Antonio, 2 is New York, 3 is Minnesota, 4 is Detroit, and 5, my sleeper pick. My sleeper pick is still Golden State. I don't know if they'll do it. I don't know if it can happen, but that would still be my sleeper pick. You and Steph Curry are a match made in heaven. If I had to be a betting man and say where I think he's going, it is either the Knicks. The Knicks are San Antonio. Yeah. I can see Kevin Durant not wanting to be in the West. Let's get back East where it's a little bit easier. But Detroit, I'm not sure Kevin Durant want to move to Detroit.
Live in Detroit.
Exactly. Yeah. So I like the Knicks options. I'm not sure if Cat and Mikal is something the Knicks are okay with parting with, but I feel like because Tibbs got fired, kind of everybody's touchable except for Brunson. So I like the pairing of Brunson and KD. I like Brunson carrying 1 through 3 and then them splitting who's going to close based on who's hot. I like KD having a big next to him. If somehow they're like, we'll just take both the wings and they take OG and Mikal and leave Josh Hart and you and Cat. Yeah. I love you back at the fucking 3 with Cat, 3 7-footers in the lineup. I love that lineup. So I like New York a lot. I just think San Antonio is probably where he'll end up.
Let me ask you this, because I said this in the PlayStation party earlier and niggas like gasping air. The Spurs have enough capital to get KD and Giannis. I just want to put that in the ether, in the room.
That's not happening. That's not happening. Adam Silver isn't letting that happen. I'm not even joking on that because you're right about that. Yeah. They absolutely do. But on a serious note, I think Adam Silver is really looking at this NBA Finals, the amazing basketball being played, and is patting himself on the back with that second apron. And he will do whatever he can to keep the parity in the NBA because without a star, parity is all you have.
I will say, as a Spurs fan, of course, I would love it. It would feel like leasing a Death Star. Like I was just like we probably never lose a game again. But for the sake of the NBA, it would really ruin a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it wouldn't be fun. It would not
be fun.
But
the more realistic situation with KD getting there, we probably draft Harper. And you mentioned the parity. I think Kevin Durant's going to be playing Western Conference Finals basketball next year. If he goes to the Spurs, I think we're going to be one of the best teams in the league. The only caveat is going to be Dylan Harper. If Dylan Harper is going to be who we think he's going to be, we're going to be competing day one because he's just going to need to be a 6-man. Like, we're back-to-back rookie years already. And then you add Kevin Durant on top of that. De'Aaron Fox is coming back. Boy, I think...
solid team.
Yeah, it's a solid team. And I think what you said is right about Adam Silver. He is looking at... And I hate when niggas pretend like they're not. He is looking at the NFL like, so half the teams that make the playoffs in the NFL don't make it the next year? And fans like it more? Because now, once that's reality, at the beginning of every year...
Your fans think you can win.
They think you can win the championship?
Exactly.
Listen to what I just said. I said the Spurs, with the number 2 pick, will be playing Western Conference Finals basketball. And I believe that. Like, the NBA, if he can do it where it's going to be just parity in general and the niggas with the most dogs at the end of the day going to do it, beautiful sport. Beautiful product.
I completely agree. I'm hoping the best for KD. I kind of want KD to get number 3 next year. Yeah. Even if he's not the quote-unquote number 1, I still just want to see KD win, or at least get to another finals. I'm tired of people. I hate how people talk about KD, bro. Like,
I'm one of them niggas.
Like... But not really. Like, you talk about KD in a fun, joking way. People really be like, that nigga suck, he ain't done shit. Like, nigga, like, the nigga has been 27 the game on 50, 40, 90 for the past 10 years off an Achilles tear at 36. Like, what do you want from him? Like, does KD have the biggest impact on winning ever? No. But, dog, you can't find 12 basketball players better than Kevin Durant ever in history.
I will
listen, relax on my nigga.
If Giannis don't undercut Kyrie, niggas talk about KD way different. Listen, he don't take out Kyrie ankles. They sweep them up,
and they're beating Phoenix,
beating the shit out of Phoenix. There was a 50 on the Bucks. There was a 50 on the Bucks, and Harden couldn't walk. Like Harden was.
The series was over.
Easy money.
The series was over.
And KD was carrying them niggas, bro. That would have been KD's.
Oh, okay.
Opus ring.
That would have been his top 10 moment.
Yeah,
that would have been like, okay, he stepped in on time.
Exactly. That would have been he's in the rule. Like 3 rings usually wouldn't get you in there. 3 rings, the way KD would have got him if he had got that last one, puts him in those talks. Because Braun only got, gotta remember at the time, Braun only had 1 more.
Yep.
Braun only had like a couple more. Like KD gets a 3 and 2 of your rings was head to head with Braun and you outplayed him. Well, statistically, you outplayed him. And then your 3rd one was you left the nigga everybody thought you needed, blew your Achilles, and went and hooped with 2 niggas everybody think you can't hoop with at the time.
Yep.
And you won the championship.
And you beat Giannis on the way to do it. Beat a young team with Devin Booker, CP3 on the way to do it. And I just think that changes the direction of KD's career after that because the Nets get taken more serious.
Yep.
I don't think the issue with Joe, Man, that tweet just popped up in my head. I don't think the issues with show.
Why you don't trade Kyrie to the Lakers?
Yo. But the issues with the owner probably don't happen, right. And people. KD is a cool ass nigga. Kyrie's some cool ass niggas. I think people want to come to New York and play with them. So yeah, just a lot of balls missed. Pause with the KD situation, but KD's still in my top 10 all time, and truthfully my top 5. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. But before we get out of here, I have to talk about the BET Awards.
Hell yeah.
And I want to start off with a clap. I am so happy with what I saw from BET, bro. Like, you know me. I told y'all 2 weeks ago Kev was hosting. I'm there.
Yeah, we locked in. We locked in. Shout out Kev, man.
Kev hosting. I'm locked in. That's my dog. So
Kev not hosting for free, so you know they locked in.
You saw the suit. You saw that suit that nigga had on. So when you can tell the suit shiny through the TV.
Yeah.
Come on now. Yeah. Come on. Y'all say that suit Magic had on First Take today. That's billionaire money, Sean. That's billionaire money, Sean.
That is I own a team fashion.
What are you talking about? But the BET Awards were so good, man. I was so happy for BET because it's been a laughing stock. It's been plenty of talk about just canceling it all together. Yeah. BET Network, just get rid of it. Everything is trash. Tyler Perry over there owning everything. Tyler Perry basically is BET Network right now. So the award show was just so interesting because they listen.
Yeah, literally.
Like, last year, we came in here and was like, yo, why do you keep asking these people that can't perform to perform?
Bro, literally.
They can't perform. Why do you keep asking them?
Yeah.
Why do you keep asking these rappers that are here today, going tomorrow to come be the focal point of your award show?
Yeah.
Use your nostalgia. Literally, use your cachet.
Lean into the people that want to be, that we want to see. Like, I want to cut on the BET Awards and see legends, see the people that I want to see. Like
the tribute last year to I can't remember Usher. It was all women. We was like, where's Mario? Where's Leon Thomas? Where's Lucky Day?
It was Janelle Monáe, right?
Yeah. The fuck? Like, what are you talking? Mooney Long and shit. Like, and Marsha Ambrosia. Like, what in the world? Shout out to them. They cold. But like, why are they doing a tribute to Usher when these male R&B artists exist? And you saw with the Jamie Foxx tribute, they learned. Yeah. You saw with the style of performances, they learned. The 106 in Park throwback with Ashanti and Nelly and Maya. Yeah. That was cold.
That shit was so hard.
That was so cold. Yeah. Mariah Carey gets the Icon Award. 4 Icon Awards in one night is the funniest shit in the world, my nigga. It's the funniest shit in the world. But you know what it did?
It worked.
Come on now. That bitch worked. You got Snoop there. You got Kirk Franklin there. You got Mariah Carey there. And you got Jamie Foxx there. You know how many sectors that hits?
Bro. And it's people want to see, bro.
Like, you got your black gospel church crew tuned in. You got your West Coast old hip hop tuned in. You got your male R&B tuned in. You got your female R&B tuned in. They hit every market with the Icon Awards. And my favorite thing about them, they said, yo, if we don't get a sponsorship, you don't get an award.
Oh my God.
The niggas was like, and the best female artist presented by McDonald's. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. We're loving it. Doechii. Lotto.
Oh, God, listen. Ain't nobody sponsor your award. Pick that shit up out back.
You better pick that shit up tomorrow. Like, what the fuck wrong with you, boy? We ain't getting no Jolene advertising. What was the makeup shit?
Listen, if your award wasn't sponsored, we see you at the banquet. Yo, get everybody get their shit at the same time.
Oh my God, them motherfuckers announced 6 awards and 4 icons, bro. That shit was great, bro. Nah. And the Icon Award presented by T-Mobile. Like, bro, you gotta get your money, bro. They had to pay Mariah, they had to pay Bus, they had to pay James, they had to get these people there. That's so, however you gotta do it, do it. And I think for it to have this many ads, they worked them in very well. Like, the way Kevin Hart worked in the Waymo ad, amazing. Bro, like, it was so
pay him the big bucks.
That's why you pay him the big bucks. Pay him the big bucks. Like, it was truly, truly a fun event. It was a fun award show to watch. The only critique I have this year is, it can't be 4 hours next year, bro. Niggas got to go to bed.
4 hours is crazy.
I was like, yo, I'm going to bed, bro. I can't keep watching. I really just wanted to play Madden, but like, dog, like I can't watch a 4-hour award show. Yeah. Shorten it a little bit, but I also want to shout out Kevin Hart, who of course did a great job hosting. That's his element. Mm-hmm. But he also had Kai and Drewski streaming. Yeah, which is fucking genius.
And he said, if Kai's not streaming, I'm not doing it.
Like, what? What?
See that, but that's why Kevin Hart's Kevin Hart.
Because he knows what that is. Yeah. He's like, y'all are telling me no because you don't understand. Right. But what you don't understand is if Kai goes live at the BET Awards on the red carpet and don't tell nobody. Yeah. And pop up, and Drewski is following him around the rest of the time. Yeah. And then they find out they're coming backstage with me every time I get off the stage. Yeah. By the end of the night, by 10 o'clock, it's going to be 300, 400,000 people watching Kai stream of the BET Awards.
Exactly. Of little niggas who've never watched the BET Awards before. Like, little niggas who have never seen a BET hip-hop nothing.
How do you want better? Little niggas who ain't never had cable.
Niggas never had cable.
Exactly. They whole life been streaming services.
Literally,
so
bro.
Now you looking into like, and you got people in tune like, oh shit, Cardi performing here? Yeah. Oh shit, Wayne performing here? Oh shit, so-and-so is performing? Yeah. That's hard. Yep. I want to tune into that. And now I got my jokes and I got my demographic in here. I'm talking with the chat and I'm watching the event. And now I can use that for ad dollars. Like, Kevin, genius, dog. 1, genius move.
And we joked about it and we talked about it a little bit in the chat, but if Kai's not streaming, that Wale shit don't happen. Wale don't get promotion for his next song. Wale finna drop a song tonight.
Yeah.
Like tonight off that shit.
It might come out in 15 minutes.
Like that is the little shit. And that's why streaming is so crazy. And I really want to give Kevin Hart crazy props for this. But Kevin Hart understood it's not gonna stop with Kevin Hart.
Come on now.
It's gonna be a nigga after him.
Come on
It's gonna be somebody after him. And the same way Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock I can't remember which, I think it was Chris Rock. It was Chris Rock. Chris Rock was like, man, I had a conversation with Kevin Hart, 2000, whatever. And I told him, yo, you gotta do this. You gotta stop competing with these other niggas, He said in 9 months, Kevin Hart was a bigger name than I was. It's like, yeah, the same way them niggas giving you the tools, you can see that's what he's doing for Drewski.
Exactly.
That's what he's doing for Kai.
Exactly.
And he's putting them in them spots that other niggas are not competing. Like Aiden Ross is not competing with Kai in this space. Because Kai is actually physically there, accepted by the people there. So 1,000% salute to Kevin Hart.
And to add on that, because that's an amazing point, he's showing them is more. Yeah. I got you in front of BET executives. Yeah. Like, you in the front row of the BET Awards politicking with Snoop on camera. Like, that shit don't happen.
One of the biggest things from that was Drewski and Kai walking past Kendrick Lamar. And Drewski's like
look, and Kendrick looked like a psychopath. Yeah, he looks crazy. I told y'all, we are so lucky he raps. That nigga's crazy.
It's so funny because they saw him twice, but the second time is the one where he turned around like a goblin. He turned around like he told us, like, I told y'all, fuck with that nigga. Like, I know that's not that nigga back here again. Like, he was gonna tweak out, bro. Like, you just won 5 BET Awards, fam. Relax, bro. Like, nobody gonna do nothing to you in here.
That's Drewski, my nigga. What do you think Drewski is finna do to you,
That's what's so funny because Drewski, like Drewski's such a funny nigga. Kendrick was not laughing at all. Like, dead serious. Like.
Dead serious. So, yeah, bro, like, it's just showing them that, it's more to this than streaming. I can get you in movies. I can get you in TV shows. I can get you these sponsorships, the voiceovers, the executives, the on the boards, the production teams. I can show you the way because I want to commend Drewski, bro. I love talking about his growth and his evolution because he took internet comedy to some place no one has ever taken.
Yeah, he's a genius, bro.
He's a genius. Yeah. And his production, the Could Have Been series, the auditions, the Could Have Been Love, the Could Have Been House, the movie.
Could Have Been Records.
The Could Have Been Records, the shit that might be coming out with Theo Von and Shane Gillis. Yeah. It's all him. It's all For Lifers production. That is all his funds, all of that going in. That's Kevin in his ear telling him, I have a production studio. I'm funding all of my own shit. If you doing that, you essentially paying yourself to make movies. Like,
exactly.
Like, he is giving him so much game, and you can tell he's applying it. You can tell he's using it. So it is amazing. It is amazing what Kevin Hart is doing for them young men. Yeah. For real.
Shout out to BET Awards, and we mentioned him a second ago, but shout out to Kendrick for going.
Yes.
Went to the Grammys, got all 5 Grammys, went to the BET Awards, got all 5 BET Awards. Shout out for Kendrick for showing up for that moment because, like, and you know, no shade to any other artist who hasn't been there since 2011, but you don't have to do that. Like, you don't have to go to the BET Awards. You can just stop going during Obama's term and never come back. Like, and put on the worst fit we've ever seen and never come back. Like, you don't have to do that. Like, so shout out to Kendrick for going for sure.
And I want to piggyback off of that. Shout out to SZA.
Yes,
shout out to T.I.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ashanti. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Bussa. Shout out to Snoop, Kirk Franklin. And I want to shout out some more people that didn't even perform and was just there. Like 2 Chainz was there.
Wale.
Didn't even perform. Wale was there. Didn't perform. We're going to get to it. Wale was just there. Didn't perform. Shout out to everybody that showed up for the BET Awards because it felt nostalgic. It felt like a moment. It felt like something. It felt like next year we'll have this on Sunday.
Yeah, bro, it felt like what I was expecting as a kid, looking forward, like seeing all them old niggas like trying to figure out what Playboy Cardi was doing. So fucking funny, bro, because that's how it's supposed to look.
And Cardi coming out in the debate with the sucker as a homage to Wayne playing like Weezy. All of it is hard. It's cold. Like, I love it. And it gave you the evolution of everything. It gave you the TIs of the world, the R&B of the world, the new rap, the old rap, the middle. It gave you everything. We haven't even mentioned Wayne before. We've been so mad at Wayne the whole episode. We didn't even mention he gave a great performance.
Yeah. Love you, Wayne.
Got straight to the millie though.
Got straight to the front.
Bet you did.
Listen, he gonna play the hits, baby. He can play the hits.
Play them hits, nigga. Play them hits.
That shit'll never get old.
But yeah, Kendrick, SZA, shout out to showing up. And Jamie said something very powerful, like, bro, like, this matters. These awards matter. Stop. All we have to do to make the BET Awards like the Grammys is treat them like the Grammys.
Bro, just treat them like they matter.
All we have to do to make the BET Awards like the Grammys is treat the award show like the Grammys.
Literally.
It is ours.
Yeah.
It's ours to dictate. It's ours to promote. It's ours to market. If we market this like the most important award, then it will become the most important award.
Exactly.
It's that simple.
Yep.
It is truly that simple. And as long as we keep letting this be the laughing stock and the award show no rapper want to go to and we got to spend all the money to go to, it's going to keep looking like this. Exactly. But if y'all start showing up for the BET Awards and y'all start performing and giving these extravagant performances y'all do at the VMAs and the Grammys, guess what those award shows are going to start looking like? Guess what the bag's going to start looking like? Yep. Like those other shows. But y'all would rather go get the praise from the white. We're not going there.
Yeah, no.
We're not going there today.
Okay. But let's wrap it up with something a little more humorous. Whale ran into Kai Cenat. Okay, so
Wally.
Okay, so to get an audience context, if you were born after 2000, Wale is a rap artist. but Wale ran into Kai Cenat, and Kai Cenat did not know who that nigga was, bro. What do you like? What is your reaction to it? Because listen, I've seen it.
So before I get serious, my nigga, that shit is so funny. Like, my nigga.
Kai Cenat a fucking genius. If Kai knew who that nigga was, he's a fucking genius. He is a fucking genius.
My nigga. That nigga said, yo, what's up, fam?
Yeah.
Walked away like he just met his biggest fan. Walked away and said, yo. They said, oh, shit, we met somebody famous, chat. That nigga looked at his phone. He said, oh, that was Wally, yo. His nigga recorded said, that's Wale. He was like, oh, who that? He said, Lotus Flower Bomb, No Hands, Bad. He was like, nah, I ain't heard them songs, chat. I'm like, yo, what is going fucking on? My nigga, to make matters worse, Wale's sensitive ass, Virgo ass, crazy fucking ass, the nigga in the front row, mid-commercial break, I got Kevin Hart calling me to come back one more time, Drewski on my shoulder, jumping around, being crazy with his crop top suit. I'm politicking with Snoop about big business. I'm coming to the warehouse and do a stream. We're going to do a double stream. Shit going to be crazy.
He mid-conversation and Wale walk up on this nigga.
Hey, bro, what you did out there, it got me looking crazy. We going to have to talk about that later. What? Yeah, you good. Nah, you heard me. It's cool. We going to talk about it later, though. Dap him up. Kai Cenat like, what? Was that the biggest fan? Still don't remember that's Wale. Like, my nigga.
He still don't know.
That shit is hilarious.
He still don't know who this nigga is.
He has no idea this nigga made No Hands. He has no idea. He don't rap Wale verse on No Hands probably 30 times in his life and has no idea who that is.
I will say this Wale shit was probably the highlight of the BET Awards for me, bro. And I want to tell you this story because I got a nigga. Shout out my nigga named Boy, bro. I don't know if he gonna see this, but I played the game with this nigga. He from Philly. He a younger nigga though. Like he a homie of he one of our little homies.
Okay.
So we was talking about this because he was watching the stream, and he was defending Kai Cenat because he didn't know who Wale was either. So we started naming niggas to try to see who he would know. And we was like, who's naming niggas? My homie was like, Fabulous. He's, oh yeah, I love her. And that's when I really knew that the disc, like these young niggas, like you mentioned them niggas that don't got cable, it's these young niggas who don't know nothing about nobody at all. Like, oh my God. Like he had no...
In Philly?
Yes. Fabulous. He's like, oh, I thought you meant Fantasia, but nah, I don't know Fab. Like these young niggas really don't be knowing. But I will say, should he know the songs? I think absolutely. My idea, and you kind of hinted at this, if he did that shit on purpose to Wale, that is one of the greatest trolls ever. Because nobody else at that BET Awards react like Wale does.
No.
Nobody else would. No. He's like that shit was bothering him.
That shit drew. I said he called him. Ice from the Joe Budden block said, yo, he called me right after that happened and was heated. Like, he's crazy, my nigga.
That shit is so funny, bro. I am legit, like, yo, Wale's so fucking crazy,
He's
bro.
so jaded by this industry, bro.
He's so, he's so ready.
Because I was watching this JBP interview, and you hear it. Like, he is so sad and jaded at this industry. Mm-hmm. So I feel like he really felt like Kai was trying to
hold that nigga.
Because he don't know what this is. He don't know the streaming world. He in his own life. Yeah. He don't understand the shit. He don't really know that Kai Cenat got this pulled on him. He don't understand Kai Cenat always recording, so you can't just walk up to him and say whatever you want to. He don't understand that. Bro. So that shit really bothered him, and Kai Cenat really just a young nigga that don't know shit. That's all it is.
That's what's so frustrating. And I know anybody who be around niggas younger than them, like if you go to the gym or you hoop with young niggas, there's nothing more frustrating than finding out how dumb one of your young niggas is. Like, and they just say some dumb shit to you, and they legit don't know. Like, they have no clue. Like,
don't know shit.
Bro, him walking up on him the second time, Kai's just like, you can see him trying to put it together. He's like, what is this nigga mad at? Like,
and he knows he gotta be somebody, because he's like, should security begin this?
He dressed rich. He dressed like he's somebody. Like,
oh man,
bro, that shit is so funny, bro. And what you said about Kai always streaming is probably like the craziest part about streaming. I think it's the funniest part about streaming is like you can't really react, like, because he's still streaming. Like, you know, Wale wanted to black on that nigga.
Oh man, somebody tapped him while he was talking. I was like, yo, he don't care, man.
You gotta treat me.
But on the serious note, and this one quick point, Kai, do your research, bro. Like, I'm not Mr. Angry Uncle. Like, you gotta know every rapper ever. Go find who Chuck D is and listen to all his music. I'm not that, but like, as one of the voices of young hip-hop media, you should know the past decade and a half, 20 years of hip-hop, and Wale is a big part of the early blog era, was one of the driving forces of that. You should be able to know and communicate with that. And for those of you that are saying, Kai isn't a hip-hop journalist. Kai didn't ask to be that. You don't always get what you ask for. Sometimes things are just given to you. Facts. And that title of journalist, that title of hip-hop journalist has been given to Kai, and it is on him to use that with a certain level of respect. Right. And I watch Kai in clip form, and I see that he has a respect for everybody. Yeah. He is a nice guy. He is a great human. He puts on for his friends. He puts on for people he doesn't know. He is an amazing person, so I know he was not doing maliciously. If he was, amazing content. But I know he was not.
If he was, he's different.
He's different. But But I know he wasn't doing that maliciously, and I know he is one of those guys that is willing to learn. That's why Kev got him under his wing. Yeah. So my only advice is like, just go do the knowledge, bro. Yeah. Go find the 2010 albums. Go look and see who these people are. Watch the videos. Get a feel of the energy and see how rap has progressed over the years, because it's going to make you a better streamer. It's going to make you more entertaining. It's going to make people, it's going to gravitate a whole new audience towards you. It's only going to help you. Yeah. But it's not that serious. He's 23, bro. Relax. Yeah, bro. But he should know, and I hope in the future this doesn't happen again because he's done his research. Yeah.
And this is the last thing we have, I think, but just to tie a bow on this, same nigga board was talking about. I said, you heard No Hands? He was like, nigga, that's a Waka Flocka song. There it is. It's in there somewhere. He's heard it.
You've had to heard No Hands.
Literally,
bro. You had to heard No Hands. That's the one. Shit. So yeah, I also just want to shout out Chris Brown before we go. He's on a stadium tour right now, and that shit looks insane.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant something. Okay, yeah, shout out to Chris Brown for sure. One of the best performers out right now. I thought you were talking about some other shit. Chris Brown
that's all I'm talking about. He's flying through the sky and shit. 80,000 people. Just looks insane. So shout out to CB.
Yeah. Listen, kiss my girl in the mouth on stage.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
It's crazy because I try to get him niggas. I do get him niggas some like slack. Like, yo, if the girl go up there and you dance and like, you Chris Brown, you gonna dance with her. Don't kiss my girl in the mouth, fam. Don't kiss. Like, why are you kissing bitches in the mouth on stage? Like, you just put her out the crowd like her man right there. Like,
that's Chris Brown, man. That's Chris Brown. Bro.
I ain't gonna lie, you gotta storm the stage.
You just gotta go home, bro.
You gonna get the shit beat out you once you storm the stage.
You lost.
You
lost, bro. It's Chris Brown, bro. It's nothing you can do. Some niggas you just gotta be like, all right.
No, this thing you gotta ruin everybody's show.
You win.
You gotta ruin everybody's concert. You're like, you gotta end the show right there. Like, they gotta send in like police or some shit.
Dead ass.
What?
And I want to shout out Babyface and Tank real quick from the BET Awards. They're tributes to Jamie. Babyface, Tank, Babyface, Tank, Teddy Riley, T-Pain, Dougie Fresh, Jennifer Hudson. I want to shout y'all out. Y'all did an amazing job with the Jamie Foxx tribute. It was very beautiful to watch, even if you had already watched him give that same speech in his Netflix special. But anyway.
Hey, shout out to Jamie Foxx.
Shout out to Jamie Foxx. Always. Shout out to Jamie Foxx always. And I just want to end with another message to Lil Wayne with the beautiful thing Leon Thomas said in his speech when he accepted the Best New Artist, bro. Music is a team sport.
Yeah.
Music is a team sport.
Facts.
You are one of the greatest rappers of all time, one of the greatest artists of all time, and my favorite rapper of all time. But you cannot do it alone. You didn't get here alone. So don't think you can continue on this journey alone and stay at the trajectory you're at. That would be insane.
Yep.
Music is a team sport. You are one of the GOATs, but there is no GOAT that did not have a trainer, a producer, a songwriter, an executive backing him and pushing him and making him better.
1,000%. I want to close with a quote by Childish Gambino. We're warriors. We all need senseis.
Come on now. You can love us. Hold on. What do I say now? Oh, in a word. I tried to be cool, y'all. It's just not in us. We had got the energy down. They was like, oh shit, these niggas closing for real.
Closing with 2 quotes?
We was going crazy. Totally forgot what I say every show. But that is Ish, the greatest podcast in the world. I am Rock, the other greatest podcast in the world. We are the show about nothing. Please like, subscribe, and comment. In the industry full of haters, let your light be love. Oh fuck, I messed it up again. What is it? I can't do it. In a world full of hate, haters. Let your light be loved. In an industry full of copycats, we some one-on-ones. There it is. I got you. We'll catch y'all next week. Be looking out for the short about something. The Patreon, Nothing ATL, the network. Go watch Chris and Barry podcast. Episode 9 is just out. Episode 10 will be coming out next week. Like I said, Ish, Rock, show about nothing. Subscribe.